Hello, hello. Happy hump day. Welcome in, welcome in. Hi, Terry. Hi, everybody. We'll get a few more people in here, then we'll get the Diablo Smackdown song since I know that's what y'all come here early to get. Hello, hello. Hi, Mute. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Devil Dog. Corey. All right. For those early birds, you guys get the Diablo Smackdown song. You ready? I know you are. Hi, Reagan. Welcome in, everybody. You ready for the Smackdown? Here we go. She signs on every day waiting for MAGA to enter the door. Whether this and that and a sheepish grin. Look out, MAGA, she's about to begin. She's got moxie, it runs through her soul. She's the queen of SmackDown, yeah, it's her role. She invites the MAGA to challenge her fight. Careful where you tread, cause she's got fire. Come see Diana, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong, she's a force to see. Diana is the badass of SmackDown Queens. MAGA tries to argue, but they have no wit. Diana hit him with facts when they start talking shit. Your logic's a mess, your facts are weak. Go step aside, boo, I've got truth to speak. She's got a heart of gold, but her force is steel. Don't ever talk over her, cause she'll make you squeal. From Twitter to TikTok, she's roaming the streets. Diana's got game, and she's hard to beat. See Diana, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong, she's a force to see. Diana is the badass of SmackDown Queens. If you voted for Trump, come on up. She's got a megaphone and a platform to preach. Running a show in the TikTok streets. Equality for all and respect for her crew. Come meet Sir Val and Jamal the Jewel. With maggots in the corner, looking kind of small as they stumble over word and begin the free fall. Diana delivers the end game stunner. She says, "Oh, look, we have a runner." Diana, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong. She's a force to see. Diana is the badass of SmackDown Queens. So raise up our glasses and give her a follow. Come see her make all the MAGA twits swallow. With her wit and her wisdom, she's got game. Diava's a legend, and we all know her name. Stop being so emotional. That's for you, MAGA, and you MAGA men especially, the most he-emotional creatures on the planet. I have never met a demographic of people that is so emotional than MAGA men. Unbelievable. Welcome, Mitria Raid. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit that guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. Thank you guys for smashing out my first goal. My goodness gracious, you guys rock. Thank you so much. You make a girl feel so special. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on, jump voters. If you voted for Donald Trump, you're going to hit that guest request. Come on up. Let's have a chitty chat. I know you guys have big feelings on LA. Let's talk about them. I'm going to bring up my backup account. We're going to get into it. All right, here we go. Make sure you guys are all following my backup account. Because you know, with TikTok, who knows? There we go. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit that guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. I am looking to have a conversation with Trump voters today. So if you voted for Donald Trump and you still support Donald Trump, come on up. Lucas, hi. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in? 28, I voted in Florida.
20?
Yes.
Okay. Are you still supporting him?
I am, yes, because he is the president, so I'm going to. I didn't enjoy what Biden did, but I supported him because he was the president, so I'm going to support our president.
Okay. Do you support what he's doing, though?
Could you be more specific?
Yeah, kidnapping people off the streets and throwing them in detention camps with no due process, sending some of them out of the country to concentration camps with no due process, violating the Constitution.
I don't believe that. I don't support the no due process.
Well, then you can't support any of it because that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing to all of them.
I never would. I said I don't support the due process. I believe he should be deporting everybody with due process.
But he's not.
Yes. So, what's your point?
Why are you still backing him if he's breaking the Constitution and violating the Constitution? You said you still support it. No, that doesn't matter. You can be critical of your government, you know. You're actually supposed to if they're not doing what's right. You're not supposed to support them blindly. That's called being in a cult.
Not supporting him blindly. He's our president, and I respect him. I didn't say that I support what he's doing. I meant to say I respect him.
You respect him. You respect the office of the president, or you respect him in particular?
I respect the president, and I respect him.
What is there to respect about him?
He's our president.
So what? If he's doing illegal things and he's violating the Constitution, then what is there to respect?
He was voted in by the people. He's our president.
No shit.
Yeah, well, what are you trying to...
Well, I guess he said he loves the poorly educated, and I guess you just came up here to prove it today, but I don't even know where to go from here.
What have you said that it's making you so upset?
Because you're so dumb. With all due respect. You're like, yeah, he's doing illegal things. He's violating the Constitution. He's a 34 times felony convicted felon. He's found adjudicated for sexually abusing someone. And you're like, yeah, I respect him. Why?
Because he is the president. How many times do I have to say that?
That's not a reason to respect somebody just because of the president. He is the sitting president, and I have zero respect for him. He's a fucking colossal piece of shit.
I respected Joe Biden, and I did not support him at all.
And did he do anything illegal or against the Constitution?
I don't believe so. But
no, he didn't. But Donald Trump is.
So, what point are you trying to make here? Because I've already told you that I don't support the no due process. I think there's a better way.
Okay, so what about this statement? You're not making any logical sense whatsoever. Like, just because he's the president, you have to respect him, and that's just bullshit. But if that's how you believe, then I guess that's why you voted the way you voted.
So, are you gonna respect your mom just because she's your mom, or are you gonna?
No, absolutely not. Just because she's my mother? No. If she beat me and treated me like shit, no. I would not. No. What do you think about this yesterday when he said that any American who dares to protest his $45 million birthday military parade on Saturday will be met with very heavy force?
His birthday military parade. What is this exactly?
Are you being for real?
I haven't. You said it was yesterday. I haven't seen this.
Did you not know he's throwing himself a 45, 90 billion, the number changes, military parade like North Korea style on this Saturday for his birthday?
I did not, but and you said it happened. You said that yesterday, so.
I didn't.
You just said that.
He announced this yesterday that if anybody protested his military parade, he talked about the military. Okay, I'm going to try to give you a little grace because last time he was president, you were 12. I'm trying to remember that. He tried to have a military parade for himself, his last administration, and his generals then said, you can't do that. This is not fucking North Korea. We don't do that for our presidents because we're not a dictator country. Okay, I need you to be quiet. I don't allow grown men to speak over me when I'm talking. I will not allow someone who's just been an adult for a couple of years. So don't speak over me when I'm speaking. No, you don't. Um, so that's been planned. He's been saying it all year, ever since he got into the presidency. He's been planning this military parade, and you don't know anything about it. That's insane. But yesterday is when he said this. I didn't say he planned the parade yesterday. I said this is when he said that anybody who protests his parade is going to be met with heavy force. Do you think that's against the Constitution?
Did he say exactly what he was going to do?
Yes. They would be met with heavy force. Yes.
And what does that entail? What do you think?
Okay, you don't have the intelligence to have this conversation. Like it's like talking to a fucking doorknob. I'm good. Seriously. Right. Note the quotation marks. Met with heavy force. Those were like his words. Well, what did that mean? Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's going to come over and tickle him. I mean, come on, man. Jesus Christ. That wasn't even, you can't have a conversation with someone who doesn't know anything. I'd rather talk to the wall. Brett, hi. Did you vote for Trump?
No, we've talked before.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just looking for Trump voters. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just I have a format I have to follow every day. I only take Trump voters for the first 2 hours. And then at 6 p.m. Eastern, I bring anybody up. So I hope you understand, because if I let every friendly come up and just say something, then it becomes an echo chamber. So I'm sorry. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. I have to follow the format, because otherwise I'd have hundreds and hundreds of friendlies, and then it would just be an echo chamber. So for an entire hour from 6 to 7 Eastern, I let you all friendlies, anybody come up and say whatever you want. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you understand. I'm not trying to be mean. I always feel so bad.
The riots and protests, the riots in LA. Do you condemn and criticize them? What's going on?
Rich, how old are you, and what state did you vote in?
29 years old, Kansas. I just want to know about the riots and protests in LA.
I am fully. Okay, I don't allow men to speak over me, so I know other creators you scream over them, but I won't allow it. So if you want to stay up here, then you have to not speak over me. If you ask me a question, let me answer. I fully support the people protesting, as that is part of our First Amendment, to peacefully assemble and to redress our grievances of our government. Okay, 100% fully the protesters. Anyone who's causing violence, anyone who is destroying anything, burning anything, they should be arrested promptly and prosecuted as anyone else that did that should be. I have no problem with the people that are just protesting, but I'm never for violence, and I am not for anything that is destructive.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the majority of it, I've seen the videos. We've seen the videos, and they're burning stuff down and breaking windows and looting and rioting. So the majority of it is not peaceful.
But that's also, you do understand that this is about 2 square blocks, right? Like it's like 2 square blocks of over 5,000 square miles of Los Angeles County, right? This is like literally 2 blocks. And second of all, they are not looting. Those have been outside agitators. The videos that you're watching on loop, because I've seen them on Fox News, is they're showing the cars burning over and over and over and over behind every single backdrop of every single story. It was 5 Waymo vehicles that were strategically somehow lined up in a row, empty on the street. And none of the violence happened until the National Guard showed up.
Okay.
Or actually, no, I'm sorry, that's not accurate. I'm sorry. That was when the LAPD and the ICE people were shooting pepper spray, pepper bullets at them, rubber bullets. They agitated the situation. It wasn't, they were all peaceful. They were actually dancing in the streets. And second of all, they are not the ones doing the looting either, because there was some people that were looting a sushi store, and the protesters went and dragged them out and said, that's not what we're doing here. And you could see them standing in front of this store with their protest signs, trying to protect the store to keep the looters out. So just like during the BLM riots, outside agitators come in to do looting and destruction so they can blame it on the protesters. But the people that are protesting have been peaceful. They just, holy cow. Oh, I've never had one of those. Thank you, New Beginnings. Wow.
Those are awesome.
I've never had one. So you have to understand, because that's what they did with the BLM protest too. And it was the Boogaloo Boys that went to jail for doing the burning and the rioting. It wasn't the actual BLM protesters. So you have to separate looters and rioters from the protesters that are there doing it peacefully. They are not one and the same.
Okay, fair enough. Yep, we're on the same page. I think that's about.
You wanted to talk about fires. Sir, where did this start at? Since you seem to know so much about it.
Oh, sorry about that. I think I got a call. What were you saying? I do apologize.
Yeah, I said, since you seem to know so much about it, where did it start in LA?
Yes, I know all the details. I've seen
No,
the
you don't. Where did it start?
Then where did it start?
What is it? You're saying it. I'm confused.
He said the fires.
Where did the protest and the pushback start?
Oh, okay. So, Los Angeles, California.
No, sir, specifically Los Angeles, California.
I don't know. I don't know that part.
Okay, that would be a Home Depot. Okay, when protesters were there talking, you know what I'm saying, peacefully protesting, saying we don't agree with this. You know what I'm saying. That's what they're doing. And what happened next?
They began burning stuff and breaking stuff.
No.
Who began burning stuff? Sir?
Who set the first fire?
Yeah, I have. Who began burning stuff? See, the problem with y'all's narrative, 30, 50 years ago, you could have got away with this. Today, the problem is there's cameras everywhere. Okay, so, sir, who started the fires?
If you don't know, just say you don't know.
The protesters and the rioters.
Actually, that would be wrong.
Incorrect.
The very first fire was started at the Home Depot by ICE agents that fired flashbangs into a car.
Yep.
Okay. I need to look that up. I didn't know anything about it. Are you sure about that?
I'm
Yes.
absolutely positive, and that is where everything started, because they were protesting, which you have a right to do in this country.
Yep.
And then got fired upon.
Yeah, okay. So,
Okay, now at that
okay.
point, what do you think is going to happen to a protest?
People are going to get angry.
Escalate.
Yeah.
Yeah, escalate.
Because
Okay.
now, under that scenario, because what you're going to go find is when you actually look this up, that's how this began.
Correct.
Who initiated the violence?
I do believe. Well, okay. At this point, I don't know what to believe and what's true and what's not. Well,
That's why people like us research this, because
Right.
we don't condone violence. But let me tell you,
The
what
timeline matters.
Let me tell you what else we don't condone. We don't condone law enforcement of any agency. It doesn't matter if it's federal, city, state. It doesn't matter. We don't condone law enforcement escalating situations into violence, which is what happened here.
They're taught to de-escalate. But they were shooting rubber bullets at people. They were shooting putting tear gas canisters out on the people. They were walking by.
Did you not see the video of the lady yesterday that was just walking home?
She told him she was getting to her apartment, and they just point blank shot her.
Okay. This is just too much. At this point, I just don't know what to believe. I don't know what's true, what's not. I don't know. I'm gonna drop down. I don't know. I just don't know. I
then that would be a good thing to do.
Dude, I'm dropping down right now. Thank you for having me. Dude, I don't know.
Wow, crashing out.
Well, like I said at the beginning, Trump voters are very, especially MAGA men, are very emotional. Woo, that was epic crash out.
Damn, facts hurt.
They're like kryptonite. Same with sources.
Yeah, I mean, when people are just trying to get home, and that one with the lady yesterday was horrific.
I mean, it was just point blank. She was telling me, I'm going to my apartment. I'm going to my home. Like, I'm going home. And they popped her anyway.
In the stomach. Okay, I want every person in here, man, woman, I want you to remember something. You got a woman just walking down the street going, hey, I got a question. My apartment's right on the other side over there. I just want to get to my apartment. I'm trying to go home. That's which is what I'm supposed to do. Because if you've been to downtown LA, like New York, like most downtowns, like most heavy downtowns, people walk. Okay? When you're just trying to get home and then you shoot a woman in the gut.
What if she'd have been pregnant?
Exactly. If I were her,
I would sue the fucking shit out of them.
exactly, there would not be a person. And not only that, before this even happened, you could see this officer.
He was up. Oh.
Yeah, pointing his weapon down the road, looking for people to unload on. This is not how officers should act.
No.
I've talked about this, and I've brought this up several times, and people can go look this up. Dallas, during the BLM 2020, it was starting to get a little heated. The police officers did something different than what we witnessed in LA. They backed off to a 2-block radius. They made a 2-block radius all the way around the protesters, but no officers within 2 blocks of the protesters. Within an hour, most went home. Just went home.
Yeah. I mean, the ICE, these people, and you know what? We should really stop calling them ICE. We don't know who they are. We really don't know who they are. They wear masks. They don't have any markings, name tags, even lanyards, nothing. We don't know who they are. And it's the same with, we need to also stop calling them the National Guard. Because once he federalized them, they are now the U.S. Army. They're not the California National Guard because they're not under Gavin Newsom's control. They're under federal control, which makes them no different than any other United States Army.
Yeah, no different than any other armed forces service.
Correct. I think they're J6ers. I think they're Proud Boys. This is my opinion. I always say when it's my opinion. I think we need to just rename them to the Gestapo because that's what they are. We don't know who they are. Yeah, this is problematic, and we need to start calling it what it is. They're not deporting people; they're kidnapping people. We got to use the words at what we need to use the words of what they're doing.
And not only did you send National Guard in there, you sent National Guard in there with no support and no plan.
And
I'm
sorry.
No place to stay. This is unbelievable.
And this 27 unit out of 29 Palms, apparently these are the people that are like frontline people when we go to war. They are taught mission specific. They are not taught de-escalation. They are shoot to unalive. That is what they are trained to do. That's not the same thing. That's not crowd control. That's not crowd management. That is not it. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Christopher, how did you vote for Trump? Huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, it's hard to hear you. How old are you, and what state did you vote in?
I'm from California, thank you, and I'm 64.
Okay.
He's doing a great job doing what I want to do, so
You voted for him to kidnap women and children off the streets?
kidnap any women and children. Actually, I saw that one clip of the baby screaming. And
We can hardly hear you, man. I don't know if you're on a Nokia phone from the 1990s, but we cannot hear you.
hold on one second. Can you hear me now?
Oh, much better.
Okay, I apologize. Yes, I did vote for him.
So,
So I'm just curious. Did ICE hand out all those Mexican flags that they were waving around?
what's your problem with that?
My problem with that is that you don't sit here as a person that wants to be an American and wave a Mexican flag and protest my government.
By what constitutional rule or law?
I don't care about constitutional rules. You want my citizenship?
Okay, and there's your first problem.
Why? What's my first
See,
problem?
sir, in this country,
When you shoot
you
at
have your right. You have your right to voice your opinion however you want to.
Sure you do. I didn't say they
Okay.
could. I just said
Now,
if
Mexico is a country. If they want to support their country while they're in this country and support where they're from and their culture, that's their right.
then we can escort them out the door.
No, sir. No, sir.
What about my background change? Can you see my background? How dare they wave the Mexican flag? Also MAGA.
That's fine. Those guys are idiots too. Yeah, you didn't see me.
Should they be sent out of the country too?
There's nowhere to send them. They're American.
Oh, so what about January 6th?
And you are
Sir,
a lot of
what, sir? Most of those people carrying those Mexico flags were also.
People like me
No,
who do it in solidarity and support.
Yes, they were.
Okay, so let's take the percentage of them that were waving Mexican flags.
Who cares?
You can't. Nobody cares, sir. It doesn't matter. This country allows you to do that. What else?
Yeah, it also allows them to protect
What else
our
does the
city.
Constitution allow you to do?
And it also allows
What
us to
else does the
enforce our border
Constitution
law.
allow you to do, sir? Not
It
that I agree with
enforces-
it, but it allows you.
It enforces our border law.
No, it doesn't. The Constitution has nothing to do with
It has nothing to do with
It
it.
sets up the executive and sets up the borders. Yes, it
No,
does.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does not.
Well,
Sir,
I
if
guess
the
we're going to disagree on that.
Constitution would have been the setup of our borders, we would still only be 13 states.
If that were true, well, no, you can acquire land. And
Yeah,
you
you
want
see
my
stupidity in what you're saying?
Yeah, that doesn't make any
we take
sense.
over Mexico in
Okay,
the state.
so no, sir. That's not what the Constitution does. Our
We have borders.
Okay, let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
It is set up by laws called Title 8.
Who's finishing, me or him?
Val was speaking. You keep interrupting every single time somebody talks. You keep interrupting and talking over them. Nobody can hear him and nobody can hear you when two people are talking.
But our immigration laws are set up by Title 8. Look it up.
Not the Constitution. You can unmute now.
Since you won't come off mute, the other thing the one thing that the Constitution does allow you to do is actually burn that American flag in protest.
That's right.
That's fine. Burn it all you want. It's your right. Go ahead. But
Right. And just like it's their right to carry that Mexico flag. Now, do you want to get to something real?
now, yeah, I do. Do we have a right to enforce our border laws?
And we do.
And we do.
No, we don't. We didn't for
What
4
border
years.
law have we not enforced?
The laws that say you can't come into this country without proper documents.
Tell me that law.
What's the law?
What was that law?
Oh, come on. I'm not playing let's see.
No, we know the answer. No, hold on. Hold on. Okay, Chris, you got to get something straight. This is my live, and I don't let men speak over me, and you're just speaking over everyone. So I muted you. I will invite you to unmute. But we go by laws. So if you said that the Joe Biden administration did not follow the immigration laws, you have to tell me the policy or the policy change, or the number of the bill that changed our border law?
This is ridiculous. I'm
No.
not gonna say that.
There is a law. What do you know what the border law is?
Yeah, the law that says you cannot cross a border without proper
Incorrect. Can you? Okay. What was the what?
law is?
Okay. Hold on. What border policy?
No, stop. I don't
What
care.
border policy were we under the first Trump administration?
Is it okay to cross a country's border without proper documentation?
I need you to engage in the conversation.
Give me Mexican law.
What was the border policy that we were under Donald Trump in his first administration?
Don't care. Hey, you want me to say Donald Trump did a good job? I'll say he didn't in the first administration.
You're not engaging in the conversation. You're a fucking fire chief. Jesus fucking Christ. Do you guys not have rules or that you guys have to follow? Sure you do. You're not engaging in the conversation. If you don't know what the border policy is, then just say, I don't know. But saying you don't care is the problem.
You went mute on us.
I know. It skipped out. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
I'm back too. This is fun. I know that when I'm speeding, I'm breaking the law. Do I know?
I need to know the border policy. The border has a specific policy that regulates the border.
Would you agree that we have laws?
Okay.
That
I'll move on. You're not engaging in the conversation. I mean, I don't care is not an answer.
I mean, for you, if you're still down there, your feelings do not matter when it comes to the law.
Correct.
They don't care.
Venom, hi. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
43, Michigan.
All right. Give me 1 second. Janera, thank you for the $5 Venmo. Rich Poor goes on Johnny's live constantly. That crash that was pretty normal for him. He is definitely a character. I've seen him before. Don, thank you for the $1 cash up. What the fuck was that guy? Give him a value. Okay, that was funny. So those came in a little bit late, so didn't those that weren't here before probably don't know what we're talking about. But thank you for the cash up and the Venmo. Thank you. Venom, do you still support Donald Trump and what's happening in this administration right now?
Yeah.
What do you like him just kidnapping people off the streets, women, children, and throwing them into detention camps without due process?
Oh, well, technically, it's not kidnapping if they broke the law and they're just drowning.
Again, we're going to start this.
What the fuck?
With the other person. Where in the law, the actual law, does it say these things? Please let me know.
Does it say what?
That if they're here illegally, that they don't have to, that they can just kidnap them off the street and it's perfectly fine. Children as well. Go ahead.
Well, it used to be INS that would get people when their visas expired and stuff. Or if they just got in like without any documentation at all, it would be INS.
And that still happens.
And that still
It's
happens.
just ICE.
It's just
And I
ICE.
think, I'm not sure, but I think ICE is just for businesses and like.
Incorrect.
ICE is the enforcement arm
Jesus
of
Christ.
the border of DHS.
Okay. Well, yeah, I agree with it. I mean.
So you agree with you agree with people?
American citizens that were not even from another country, I would agree with that.
They have taken American citizens.
Citizens and do what with them?
I don't know, re-educate them, anything you want.
What the? Okay, she's a schnazi. It's okay.
Way out.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
You don't deserve to breathe the same air as the rest of us. So no, you're a good little shot. You're a good little schnazi. Those red hats turned into brown shirts real fast. Anything you want. They want a dictator. They want a dictator. They're like anything he wants. That's cult behavior. You people are fucking insane. I can't believe I share the same country with these people. I mean, this is sick. Anyone who is still supports this administration are sociopaths. There is no other explanation. None of this is okay. The inhumanity of these people is fucking disgusting.
I mean, and for the people that keep writing that under Democrats are delusional, I want you to think about something. What is delusional about wanting to follow the Constitution?
Following the law.
When people like that just came up here and said they just want to make their own laws and not care about the Constitution, the last two people that had been up
Get the fuck out.
That's the delusion. That's why we say it's a cult. Because you don't want to participate in the experiment that is the United States of America. You don't want to follow the Constitution. You don't want to follow the laws that exist and then make that everyone else's fault. That's a cult.
This is insane, Val. Like, I'm furious. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
I mean,
They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about the laws. They don't care about the border policy. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. We understand you don't fucking care. We got it. The only difference between Jim Jones and Donald Trump is that Donald Trump would make them pay for the Kool-Aid. Jesus fucking Christ. What is wrong with these people's brains? They are broken.
It's already happened with them. I mean, one of the wildest stories that came out the last couple of days is the guy that actually headed up the group in Florida for
Latinas for Trump.
Latinos for Trump.
Yep.
Is getting deported.
And the lady Ileana Garcia that was the head of Latinas for Trump, she's out now coming saying, I can't support this administration. They said they were just going after criminals. This is not supposed to be happening. Someone named Diavatalks used to say every day where this was going to happen. Y'all don't want to fucking listen. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request coming up. They've been radicalized to the extreme of cruelty. It's disgusting. Apollo, did you vote for Trump? How old are you and what state did you vote in?
19, Texas.
What's your take? What do you want to say?
Oh, so I heard some liberals tell me that I'm misogynistic because I haven't voted for Harris. They saying I can see a woman in power.
What year were you born?
2005.
Is this trad and you're trying to use a different voice?
What?
There's something very weird about
Can you answer my question? Can you answer my question?
Sir, what you said, Texas?
Yes.
You said Texas?
Yes, Texas.
Okay, north, south, east, west?
What?
North, south, east, west Texas?
What are you talking about? Can I just answer the question?
No, this isn't your live. Answer the question.
North, south, east, west Texas.
What's the question?
What part of the state do you live in?
Yep, he's a Trump voter.
Oh, I understand. North.
You live in North Texas. So up by San Antonio? Bye.
Did he say fuck at the end?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck. Over on YouTube, After Collapse says, why do these Democrats support criminals and people who let their visas expire? Oh, you mean like Melania Trump and Elon Musk? Parents who didn't keep their kids safe by not getting their paperwork taken care of so they don't get deported. Democrats are not for criminals. Democrats are not for illegal undocumented people either. Democrats are for following the Constitution and following the law. Deportation is a legal process. Kidnapping people off the streets and putting them in detention camps or sending them out of the country to concentration camps is not deportation. We are for following the law and following the Constitution. We are not fighting for undocumented immigrants. We're not fighting for criminals. We're fighting for the rule of law to be followed and for the Constitution to be followed. It is the supreme law of the land. I hope you understand, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
And if you're going to come into a live and claim you're from a state, you may want to make sure it's not a state that somebody is alleged actually from.
And don't tell me you care about them doing it the right way either, because they're standing outside of courthouses, taking people out as they're walking into their hearings. They're doing everything the right way. They're going to the court to have their hearing, and they're getting scooped up by ICE. You guys don't care about them doing it legally either, because you're not fighting there for them. You're not fighting for them because they're doing it the right way. Miss Precious, you have 0 followers. I don't bring anybody up here who has no followers because you're usually bots, or you just come up here and slur, or you're on a backup account and you don't want to show your face. If you voted for Donald Trump and you still back Donald Trump, hit the guest request and come on up. Yeah, everybody says that. I mean, Miss Precious, you might be right, but I can't take that chance. Nope. And I get told that the same way every time. Every single person says that too. I won't do that. I promise. And you do it, and they do it every time. I don't believe you. Sorry. It's the same exact answer every single time. Oh, I just got this account. Oh, I promise I won't do that. And then come up and do exactly that. Nope. Nope.
I'll give you a hint, Ms. Precious. Go to Etsy, okay? Because if you're going to put money in your account, we know you're not going to want to lose it.
Yeah, you can buy followers, just so you know. Oh, yeah, they're taking children from schools and foster homes, children that have been typically trafficked, and they're put in foster homes. They're taking those children out of foster homes and putting them back in detention camps. What about the children? You don't give a fuck about the children. Shut up with that bullshit either. Anthony, thank you for the $10 Venmo. A $10 challenge. Please support Diava with any amount as she deals with this slime. So what Anthony is doing is he's challenging everybody that can to donate $10 to my Diavatalks. Cash App or Venmo. It's just spelled Diavatalks, just like my name. It has my same logo, so you know that it's me. And if you can't do $10 and you want to do, you can do any amount that you want or can. So if you want to take part of the challenge, I appreciate it. Any support really helps. I don't get paid by the DNC. I don't get paid from George Soros. I'm strictly crowdfunded. So if you want to help support my live, I sure would appreciate it. Thank you. If you voted for,
Thank you for the $10.
And Val has his pay apps in his bio. So if you want to also gift Val, please do that as well. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. I would love to chat with you. Let me change the background because this is not the background I was wanting, but I just did it because I was like, they're always like, they have the Mexican. I knew that was going to come up. They're carrying the Mexican flags. So I brought up the one with them carrying all the Confederate flags.
At least the Mexico flag is not a flag of
losers. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. I want to talk to you. We want to talk to you. There's 1,000 people in here. I know that there are Trump voters in here. So just get out of the comment section. We will match energy. Okay. You want to come up and have a decent conversation? We can, we prefer that. Thank you for sending a sub, Ashley. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. I know statistically there's more than 200 Trump voters in here out of that 1,000. So come on up. Let's chitty chat chat. I bet, yeah. I think some of the agitators are probably, just like the Boogaloo Boys went to the BLM protests to be violent so they could say, oh, look, it was the BLM people.
Right, Linda, that's actually so true, and they don't ever think about it. Y'all got to remember.
We got to remove the looters and rioters from the protesters.
Yeah, well, no, California was once Mexico. There's going to be a lot of Hispanic people in California.
Mm-hmm. What's funny, the city, Los Angeles, Spanish name. San Bernardino,
Right.
Rancho Cucamonga. Like all the cities are Spanish names. There's Spanish people everywhere. I saw the video of the police destroying their own police car. Yep, sure did. San Diego, all the different places in California that have Hispanic names. It used to belong to Mexico. They're just going home. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a chat.
And thank you, John, for the $10 message.
San Francisco, Costa Mesa. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's hello. Next will be, yeah, exactly. Next will be changing the names of all the cities in California. He'd be like, we need to rename all of California to American names. We're going to name Los Angeles John. Oh.
It'll be something like Smithfield. It'll be a whole state of Smithfields.
Donald. Hold on. Trump thinks Los Angeles is German. Democrats bombed the Capitol. What?
What are you talking about?
Oh, please, Sherry, come on up. I have no idea what you're talking about. Crystal, thank you for the $10. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much, Crystal. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for the $10 Cash App. That was so nice of you. San Franavanca. Oh my God. Next, he's going to say Orange County is named after him.
I'm a shitty person.
Orange County. Okay, that was funny. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on out. Oh my goodness gracious, that was funny. Cheeto Town. Viva la taco! ICE follows the law, the Immigration and Nationality Act. Correction. Don't be fake. I've invited you up here, so I'm going to invite you one more time. If you don't come up, I'm just going to mute you from the comment section. You can't be a coward and sit in the comments and say I support ICE. Get your ass up here. Use your big boy voice. Come on, you can do it. Reagan, thank you for the $2. I am so sick of this orange in the White House. Thank you so much. Candace, thank you for the $2. Thank you.
Actual craziness going on down here. Where'd your backup go?
It just dropped. I was checking my pay apps on my backup account phone on my backup phone. Where did my face go?
I'm like, how did I end up here?
Well, my face ended up at the top. Okay. Hold on. Let me get. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. I am looking for Trump voters and Trump voters only. So hit that guest request and come and join us. You ever run a podcast on this son's itch?
Well, what they're trying to say.
Yeah, I'm thinking. This is better than daytime soaps. She's ready to push you. I'm bringing up my backup again. Hold on.
Oh, that's funny. Somebody said I fell down. That's hilarious. Yeah, that was funny. I'll give you that.
That was funny. I will give you that one too. That was funny. All right, let me bring up my backup account. All right, there we go. There's my backup account. Make sure you're following it. Yeah, the daily soap opera as the stomach turns. Talking to these fucking maggots. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Look at that. Almost 100 people have left. Those are all the Trump voters that were cowards and didn't want to come up. They all left because they didn't want to come up. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit that guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. We have orders to arrest the agitators of the riots. Train me like Josephine. Who is that? I share run multiples. I don't know what he's talking about. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Michael, send me an email to diavatalks@gmail.com. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm interested to know more. Mike, come on up. If you voted for Donald Trump, come on up. Like, does Donald Trump? I mean, you know, he had to have heard about the No King's Day, right?
You would think.
Okay, so he's saying if there's any protests, they're going to be met with heavy violence. There's like 1,500 protests that are scheduled for this Saturday. Does that mean he's going to deploy the National Guard all over every state?
Well, that's my question. You know what I'm saying? Because he's, is he going to pick the big states, right? I mean, is he going to pick, is he going to pick states like New York, Chicago, obviously LA, right? Is that where he's going to go? Pennsylvania, because there's a big one there. I mean, the map is huge.
Just blue states, probably, yeah.
No, the map is massive.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying he would probably send them to the blue states, thinking that's the only people that would have the audacity to protest him.
Well, in Texas, they're deploying and redeploying because most of our National Guard really truly is at the border and has been for years, right? For support logistics with border security. But they're they're going to relocate them to places like Dallas and Austin and stuff like that, in Houston probably for the parades, or for the protests. So, but that's actually being done by Abbott. I mean, it's actually being done the right way, right? So, they'll be there for crowd control supports. That should be their mission. So we'll see how this goes now. But what he's done with federalizing the National Guard, and that's one that, a lot of people don't talk about that because they're seeing the National Guard as the enemy. I really wish we'd quit doing that. They're following the orders they've been given. And, but the National Guard is in just as bad a situation as the people of LA right now. I mean, they got sent there by the President of the United States with no logistics, no supplies, and no plan. That's ridiculous. I mean, these people are having to sleep on floors in a business. It's like, I don't know if you saw the pictures, it's like 100 of them in a bedroom.
Oh, I have the pictures.
Yeah.
They're on the floor. The picture I got. Hold on.
They're having struggles getting food and stuff like that because there was no plan.
Oh no, that's not it. Hold on. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, this is not a picture we should see our military in. Matter of fact, I was just recently on a boat called the Queen Mary. Y'all may want to look up the history of the Queen Mary. And that's the last time I think in our history that you could actually see a picture like this.
And Trump supporters don't care. That's what you have when you have a DUI hire running the military. Just saying. And I meant it that way. Oh yeah, I had this one too. I thought this was interesting. Undocumented immigrants paid more taxes last year than Amazon, GM, IBM, and Netflix combined. Yep. They're net positive on our society.
Racing 9601, I would like you to...
Paid more than the president, too.
I would like you to verify that comment a little bit more or expand upon that comment because I don't quite understand what you're trying to say, but I'm real concerned about what you're trying to put forth.
You said racing? Racing, come on up. That's a lie. Okay, come up and tell us. What are we lying about? You have enough people. Come on up. Come on, racing. Why isn't racing coming up? Racing is just using his big emotions. His scaled. It's okay. We're nice. We're really nice.
I'm not.
Shh, just trying to come up here. I'm not either.
Oh, the statement he made is...
He threatened us? Someone said he threatened us.
Yeah, he said we should be... Basically, he said we should be at the end of a piece of twine from dusk till dawn for treason.
Oh. You mean Donald Trump? If you meant Donald Trump, I agree. But me and Val, for what? No wonder he left. He's a coward. He comes in and drops that and then leaves. He's just a coward. Betas.
Are they even really betas at that point?
No, they're just cucks. They hate that word worse than anything. Call them a cuck and they go crazy. That's what we should call MAGA men. Just cucks. Can someone organize a Coachella-like concert at the opposite end of the Orange Parade? No. You have to get a permit. He ain't going to give nobody a permit. Fluffers. I prefer fluffers. This lady is crazy. I've seen her on TikTok. If we did things her way, we'd bankrupt the whole country and no one would have anything. You mean using our tax dollars to actually help the American people? We would be bankrupt? You guys are just dumb. You're just making sure all the millionaires and billionaires can buy more houses and yachts. Yeah, that's going to work out really good for the American people.
And if you want to find actual fraud, waste, and abuse, why don't you just stop at the White House? Then if you want to continue further than that to find real fraud, waste, and abuse,
DOD.
DOD.
Yep. I did see where Mike Johnson said that Newsom should be tarred and feathered. Yeah. Yep. From the Speaker of the House. Yep. Yeah, that's normal behavior from the Speaker of the House.
Because Newsom just became a real threat to him.
Newsom's speech last night was fucking epic. He was not scared and he called them out called them authoritarian, said they were going to, I mean, it was fucking awesome. He was like, he looked presidential. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I mean they're going to continue down this line, and they're actually going to make that man the next president. You know what I'm saying? We weren't sure who was going to come forward. Remember, I talked about this.
Yeah, yeah.
This wasn't my first choice.
He's not mine either.
Right, but you know he wasn't my first choice. But I'm telling
Nope.
you right now, y'all are going to continue with this man, and you will make him president. You're going to continue down this road,
Yep.
attacking Gavin Newsom, which truly is a smart man. This man's not dumb.
I agree.
Oh, you know what else he is? He truly is a successful businessman.
That's true. Well, they're making, I mean, the more they push him, the more he's going to shine. Because he's not standing up for this bullshit. You have to bully the bully. You have to stand up to the bully. And he's like, you're going to arrest me? Come get me. You know where I am. Did they do it? No.
Yeah, he's not the guy.
No.
He's going to be more like, I'll be real honest, what he would really be like as a president. You know what I'm saying? And if you really want to know what he would look like as a president, go back and look at LBJ. Because I really believe that's what you would see. This is a man that's going to put human rights efforts forward. He's going to get them done. But he is not going to take any grief from anyone.
Yep.
That's not in the right place. And if for people that don't know the story about Lyndon Baines Johnson, appropriately named at the end after the story, by the way, this is a man that when people would come in and they would try to challenge him, the story goes that he would literally unzip his pants and put his thing on the desk and say, "Do you really want to measure?"
Oh, that's awesome. I haven't heard that story. That's funny.
Yeah.
And I guess nobody challenged him too much, huh?
No.
Okay. That would have excited that old Donnie boy, because remember he talked about Arnold Palmer's junk and how big it was?
Oh, yeah.
That's so gross. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Yikes. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Johnson's Johnson.
Yeah, the man was a character, but he just did not put up with anything.
Oh, I could handle a Newsom AOC ticket.
Yeah, I don't know that you see that ticket, and I'm just being honest, guys. I mean,
I said I'd like to. I didn't say it was realistic.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. AOC is not ready.
Oh, I think so. I think she is.
Yeah, AOC needs to take the next step, and and she's in a position to take a step we need.
Into the Senate?
She needs to take Schumer's seat.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, that's something we need.
I can get on with that. I can get on with the Senate first. I just said what I wanted. I didn't say it was realistic.
Well, I'm with you. I just wish we'd quit pushing her that way.
But I wouldn't mind Crockett.
No, Jasmine Crockett is a little more age. She's understandable and stuff like that. Somebody like her as vice president, shit.
She's an attorney too.
Baines Johnson was bad. She might be the female LBJ.
Exactly.
Yeah. But really, when I told the story, what I'm trying to get to is Gavin Newsom is somebody that's not going to sit at the White House desk and let somebody try to dictate to him.
Yes.
What needs to be done. It's not going to happen. He knows he would have a plan. He would have a plan in place, and he would have a team in place to put that plan in order. That's what he would do. It'll be a much different kind of, you know what I'm saying? We hadn't really seen a president like him since LBJ.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Really, both on the Republican side.
Correct.
Most and the Democratic side, most presidents have been fairly passive.
Yes, centrist, very.
Yeah. But fairly passive. He is not going to be passive.
Well, you see how he's acting now. With Donald Trump, he's very defiant. I think even though he dabbled, I didn't like how he dabbled with the right side, trying to entertaining Charlie Kirk and all that. But I think this lit a fire under him. Like, oh hell no. Nope. Nope, fuck you, not doing it. We're not going down this road. You are not going to push me around. You are not going to come into my state. The hearing is tomorrow about having the U.S. Army and the Marines taking out of his state. So we'll see how that goes.
J.D. Prisker, I mean, I like J.D. Prisker. I don't have a, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that I have anything against J.D. Prisker. I just don't know that he's as well known.
He's not. He is passionate.
Yeah, he is passionate. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't he a billionaire though too? I mean,
I don't know. You know what? I've never looked him up. See, these are the things.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if we don't want another billionaire, and I'm sorry, I don't.
Well, now, Gavin Newsom's not poor.
I don't care if he's got money because he's been in public service for a long time.
Well, no, he didn't. Well, Gavin Newsom ran a business for him.
Yeah.
An actual business for him.
Yeah.
For a long time.
But is he a billionaire?
He may be close.
I just, because it's like I want someone normal. I know that that sounds bad. I would just rather it just be someone who's not filthy, fucking, stinking rich, so they actually are in touch with the American people.
I just want somebody qualified.
I mean, I do want people who can get shit done. So I guess I need to stop with the billionaire stuff. But it's just like, I would just love for it to be somebody that was maybe a touch more in touch with the American people. Like people who've struggled, someone who can relate to everyday people. I mean, I guess he's doing a good job with, with the needs and stuff of, but I guess I'll take someone who's not an authoritarian dictator at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's had his issues with, you know what I'm saying, with California. He's had his missteps.
Well, nobody's perfect. And like we said, we don't need them to check every box. They just need to not be close to being octogenarians. And I'm not trying to be ageist, but the people that are so out of touch when, in Congress, when they said that middle class was 400,000 and under, I mean, that's not middle class. $400,000 is not middle class. Like they're out of touch with what people actually make.
Let's see what it says here.
In Southern California, that's middle class. Well, see, I'm in Florida. It's more expensive to live in Florida right now than California because we have the highest inflation in the country because we have a shit governor. But then I must be fucking poverty level. I must be like, shit. I should be applying for some benefits or something. Because I don't make anywhere near $100,000 a year. I've never made $100,000 a year in my entire life.
He's got an estimated wealth of $30 million.
Okay, that's nowhere close to $1 billion. So I'm cool with that. I mean, damn. 400,000 is middle class. Oh my god! If I made $100,000 a year, I swear to God, I would think that I was fucking rich.
Understand that. 400,000 is middle class. Where do people get this shit from?
Linda, where do you live? Do you live in LA?
Shit, where do you get this shit from?
Because that's a lot of money.
I mean, it's hard to call. I'm just being honest here. $400,000 a year or more is actually, family-wise, that's actually like 2%, I think.
Yeah, 400,000 is a lot.
I think it's the top 2%.
In LA, that's the norm? Okay, in LA. That may be in LA.
The norm in LA.
That could be the norm in LA.
No, it's not.
I mean, I don't think so, but that's a lot. If I made 100 grand a year, I would swear to God that I would feel like I could buy a mansion. I know it sounds so weird, but maybe it's just because I've been kind of poor my whole life. I've always been, I got married at 19, had my first kid at 21, had my second kid at 23. We've always lived paycheck to paycheck. We've always robbed Peter to pay Paul every single month to get shit paid. I just never, I guess I live a very simple life and I don't require a whole lot of money. If I made $100,000 a year, or I thought I was rich as shit. I'd be like, my God, I'm moving on up, baby. I'm moving on up.
Here you go. In LA, 4.4% of households earn over 400K. That's a total household.
Of 4%?
4%.
Oh, wow.
In LA. Okay? Nationwide, that's going to drop, but that's still a low number. 4.4%, that's a stupid low number. And then nationally,
That sounds right.
I mean, they're going to have a higher because you got a lot of movie stars and stuff like that.
Of course, yes. What is the annual income for poverty level in Florida? I'm just curious because I really don't know. $32,150 per year for a family of 4. For individual, it's 15,650.
In 2020, nationally, it was 2%. That make over 400.
In Florida, in 2025, the federal poverty level for a family of 4 in Florida is $32,150 a year. So what is middle class? Let's see. What annual income is middle class? Between 45,000 and 135,000. So the lower end of the middle class is 45,000, and the high end of middle class is 135. And these brokies in Florida that keep voting for Donald Trump, that I know are the lower end or lower than that of the middle class, keep voting to give tax breaks to the billionaires and millionaires. I will never understand it. Damn, I'm Poe. Oh. Yikes. And Florida's not cheap anymore. No, it's not. Our property taxes are crazy because people don't want to insure us in this state. Our property taxes are higher. Not higher, but high. Yeah. It's getting homeowners insurance is almost impossible. I mean, or it is not impossible. It's just extremely expensive.
You don't think that tax plan and that housing snafu by Trump didn't have an effect? This is something I did not know. 2023, 17% of U.S. households earned anywhere between 100,000 and 149,000. Do you know what that number was at the end of 2019?
Say that one more time.
In 2023, U.S. households earned between $100,000 and $149,000, 17%.
Okay.
Of U.S. households. Okay. Do you know what that number was in 2019?
Oh boy, what?
30%. You don't think the TCJA and the housing crisis that he created in 2019 didn't make a huge difference. There you go.
Wow. And how much of your income is supposed to go towards your housing?
And in 2019, the average household the average percentage of and of course this is done on salary, right? It's done on what's called the average, or the U.S. Average salary,
Right.
which is I think it was $53,000 when this was done. So $53,000, 24 to 26% of your income went towards housing. Okay. In 2023, that went all the way up to over 40%. And that was because of the two things.
The TCJA?
Not really.
Or overturning Dodd-Frank.
The TCJA, but it was deregulation of the real estate markets.
The overturning of Dodd-Frank for the first time for buying homes, yeah.
Right, and allowing corporations to purchase homes before a day marker. That was a big part of it. That was the biggest part of it. And then the other part of it was the U.S. tariffs on Canadian lumber and steel.
Yep. So direct effects of things he did in his first administration, and they voted for this shit again. Give us some more. Take more of our money. That sounds about right.
Yeah, different states are going to be different. Like I looked up LA. LA is a little different, right? You looked up New Jersey. That's probably going to be a little different. But now I'm looking at it nationally, right?
Right. Just a national average, for sure. Because you can't go anecdotally. I mean, it's got to be representative of the whole country.
States are going to have different programs and different things.
Absolutely. If there's any Trump voters left in here, hit the guest request. Come on up. We're just talking because there's nobody requesting, and I really don't want to do a restart, but I will if I have to.
Let's get out.
That's why I can't leave. Oh, that's why I would have a problem leaving. I don't have a job outside of TikTok and the generosity of, my followers here. But what I pay for my house, I couldn't possibly move anywhere and get the rate that I pay.
Did you see that Sherry person?
They never connected.
Oh, okay. They actually connected on my end.
Oh no, I never connected on my end. Cherry Bomb, if you're a Trump voter and you want to re-request, it didn't connect on my side. But if I move anywhere else, my housing would probably double. So
it depends on where you go. And it depends on where you want, you know what I'm saying? Like if you want to live in a city, yeah, it's going to be expensive. If you want to live in a rural community, that's going to be a little less, but still, double what it was in 2019. No matter which one you choose.
Yeah. I looked in Illinois because that's where Ava's best friend family moved to when they escaped Florida. And rent was like $1,500-$1,600. That's like double.
Yeah, Chicago.
No, she was down by St. Louis. Like she was at the bottom.
Oh, it's very bottom.
Yeah.
It's not far from Chicago.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that area very well.
Not far from Chicago.
But it just.
Yeah, the thing is that you wouldn't last a year.
Yeah, it's I could that's why it's like I kind of have to stay where I'm at.
There's a very real winter there.
Where?
In Chicago, in that area.
What?
You get lake effect snows there.
Oh yeah, no. I'm in Florida, boo. I can barely make it through a Florida fucking winter. Probably.
Yeah, you ain't seen nothing.
I'd probably expire if I was up north. Right?
All up there is done in minus figures.
Chicago's $24.50 a month in Chicago rent. See, I can't do it. I pay like $800. I pay $800 for a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah, you couldn't do that here in Texas. I mean,
Right. So I'm like, that's what I'm saying. If anywhere I move, I'm going to be screwed.
I mean, because when we talking, we're talking about leaving the country for a little bit, right? And renting our house. Whoever rents our house is going to be close to $2,500 to $2,800 a month.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. And I have two kids of different genders, so I'd have to have a 3-bedroom because they're not going to share a room. They would unalive each other trying to share a room. I mean, it's just like I'm so screwed. Like I'm just so screwed. I'm so screwed. You pay $3,000 Maui wise? Oh my god.
Yeah, she's in Hawaii.
She's in Hawaii, yeah. I mean, I want so much to get out of here. But where the fuck do I go? And be able to live.
I'm gonna say if she's paying $3,000, she's not. She's a little bit of a drive from the water.
Jen, did you vote for Trump? I'm guessing that's a friendly because I have all friendlies in the box. Oh, Maui Wise is offering to build me a cottage. Say less. Say less. I'll come live on your property. Shit. In Hawaii? Say less. That's okay, Jen. I'm like, say less. I'm there. Oh my God. Can we all go? Oh my goodness. See, I don't want to live in Mississippi. I'll just stay in fucking Florida. I ain't going to fucking red Mississippi. I'll just stay in Florida. I want to get out of a red state. I'd like to get out of the country, but I would like to get out of a red state. I don't want to go to Mississippi.
The plus to islands like that, like Hawaii, Puerto Rico and stuff like that is they don't get the same attention that things get in the mainland. But there's some drawbacks. I mean, things are not cheap.
No, I know they're not. I know that. They definitely aren't because so much is imported.
Well, everything's imported. I mean, unless you like pineapple a whole lot.
I do love me some pineapple, but I bet I couldn't eat it every meal.
You know what I'm saying? And fish and those types of things, things that they get from the island itself. But anything else, yeah, it's imported. Most of the stuff is imported.
All right, I guess I'm gonna have to do a restart. I don't see any Trumpers in here at all.
Cool. I can not be at the bottom anymore.
Yeah. You don't like me on top?
It took her all this time to figure that out.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna do a quick restart. I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Come back. I'll be right back. I am gonna run to the bathroom, so give me like 30 seconds, and I'll be right back, and I'll restart back over. You won't be in the basement anymore, Val. Okay. All right. On restart.
So
All right. Try $2,200 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment in DC. Yeah, it's a lot. That's why I'm always like, I have to stay where I'm at. I can't afford to live anywhere else. I can't afford to live anywhere else. All right, we are back live on TikTok, y'all. Oh, I did it. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. All right. Let's see if we can get some more Trumpers up in here. We got a little bit more to go. Y'all been a great audience today. We back. We back. Come on in, y'all. All right. Thank you guys for coming in. And I see those hearts flying. Thank you so much. You guys are so good to me. I absolutely love you guys. You guys know the drill. I appreciate you. I don't deserve all of you wonderful people, but I'm sure I'm glad I have you. All right. Let's bring up my backup account and we'll see what we can get going here. All right. Thank you guys for the gifts. Thank you. And I just restarted. All right. Yep, I just restarted. Ho, please come on up. I am looking for Trump supporters and Trump supporters only. So please hit that guest request and come up if you voted for Donald Trump. Everybody else, just keep tapping that screen and get those hearts flying so we can get up on that For You page because it doesn't look like we've hit it quite yet. Come on up. Let's talk. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit that guest request. Come on up. Come on down. You'll be the first contestant on Diavatalks today. Come on down. Ho, please go ahead and mute them if they do not come up and keep commenting because we don't want them chickening out in the comment section. They need to come up and talk. You voted for Trump. Well, why don't you come on up, Nicole? Come on up. Let's have a chitty chat. Hi, Nicole. You said you voted for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I am 39. I had to think about it. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting so old. I forget my own birthday. 39 and I live in Michigan.
Okay. Are you happy with what his administration is doing right now?
With trying to get the illegal, like deportations or like what? I'm actually, because I'm not gonna like agree with everything that he's doing, but I do agree with quite a bit of the stuff that he's doing. Yes.
Well, but unfortunately, he's not just rounding up. Like, he campaigned on that he was going to get the criminals out, right? Like, are you mowing the grass?
No, it's my neighbor mowing her grass. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I mow my grass on Sunday, so.
So did when he was campaigning, did he campaign that he was gonna be taking women, children, or did he say he was gonna go after the criminals and the gangbangers and the unalivers and the rapists and like the really bad people? Isn't that what he campaigned on?
Yes, and that he did, and he got quite a lot of them out.
Yeah, but who is he going after?
Because you did come to this country illegally, so I mean.
Yeah, that doesn't make them a criminal. Then Donald Trump is a criminal. He's illegal as well because he's a 34 times convicted felon.
Yeah.
So is he illegal?
All his got overturned. All his.
But they didn't. So. But they didn't. They still stood. He was sentenced. He's done. So they didn't get overturned. Not a single one. No. That's not true. That's a simple Google search. I mean, honestly, none of them have been overturned. He was convicted, so I mean, it can't be. He can't be overturned if he's been convicted. So does that make him illegal?
No, because he didn't come into this country illegally.
And what is a civil and what charge is it, a felony or misdemeanor to cross the southern border?
It's a misdemeanor, but
It's the same. It's the same as jaywalking, right? So you think that someone should be deported from the country for jaywalking?
if you're here illegally, then yes.
But you do understand that the moment that if they cross the border, that's a misdemeanor, right? Like if they cross the border, it's a misdemeanor, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But the moment that they claim asylum, they are no longer here illegally. Did you know that?
Well, you can be an asylum seeker, but not everybody is going to get that granted to them.
But until it's adjudicated in a court, they are here legally, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But they
Then, okay, hold on.
When you seek asylum, though, you are still in like a center.
What happened? Where did you go? If that was a mistake, request back up because I didn't remove you and neither did any of my mods because it tells me if somebody removes you. So I'm not sure what happened. Okay. Oh, that was weird. LeBron, did you vote for Trump?
Oh, yes.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 18 and I voted in.
What happened? What happened? Did somebody remove him? Why are they just dropping off? It was rated by ICE. What is happening? Okay. No, it tells me if one of the mods moves him. That's why I don't know. It was weird. Caesar, did you vote for Trump?
Oh, wait.
Oh, W's. Thank you. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. That was so weird. It won't even let you request to come up. Hold on, Nicole. Let me see if I can bring you up. No, it turned off your invites. I can't invite you to come up either. What the hell? That is so crazy. Oh, thank you for the butterflies, Texas man. That's so weird, Nicole. Maybe TikTok got you for misinformation or something. I don't know. Oh, that means she got dropped by TikTok. Okay. If you spend misinformation and stuff like that, then it won't let you. TikTok took you. TikTok took you. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. TikTok clapped her. And maybe TikTok clapped him because he wasn't over 18. That very well could be. That is probably you kicked me out last time. Oh, I definitely kicked you out. I have no problem kicking people off that are misinformation, disinformation, or just straight crash outs. But I didn't kick him. That had to have been TikTok. Okay, anyway. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. You're gay? That's why I kicked you? No. Unless you said you only like LGB, and then I'll kick you. Yes, for sure. You're not going to be transphobic up here. TikTok was fast. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. I am looking for Trump voters and Trump voters only to talk to. Anna, did you vote for Trump? Anna?
No, I'm just testing it to see if it works when you request up.
Yeah, it works. I figured it out. They were kicked by TikTok. She was kicked by TikTok, and then they took away my ability to bring her back up. So that was definitely not me. Blame it on Biden. It was on Biden's fault. It had to have been Biden's fault. What about Biden? Anyway, if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. I invited you up, Buddha. Come on, Buddha. Biden did it. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's go. Oh, we got a bunch of trolls. I hate faceless accounts, and they usually just crash out. One, Darsh, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
Okay. How old are you, and what state did you vote in?
I am 20 years old, and I voted in Maryland.
Okay. Do you still support him?
Yes, I do still support him.
So you support what he's doing with kidnapping immigrants off the street and sending them to detention camps with no due process, and some of them sent out of the country to concentration camps with no due process?
So it's to an extent, right? So when I look at Trump, right, of course, I'm not a super far right conservative. I'm not going to agree with every single down thing that he says. But when we look at coming off the Biden administration, over 6 million illegal immigrants have entered our country.
That's not true.
That is true.
Where'd you get the number?
This is from the census, not the census.
I don't care about the census.
FBI, CIA, FBI, one of those.
No, it can't be one of those. You have to be precise. So you need to tell me what source said there was 6 billion came in under the Biden administration. That's ridiculous.
This is true that you can search it up right now.
No. It's your claim. You need to prove your claim. Please go to the Customs and Border Patrol website or wherever you say you got it and get me the number of people that crossed into the United States. Not encounters at the border. Encounters are not crossings. So you got to bring me a source of where there was 6 million people came in. Google is right in your hand. It's free too. You can just go Google it. I don't go with trustmebro.com, or I saw it in the FBI, CIA somewhere. Oh, thank you. I haven't seen that one. That was cute. I don't think the FBI covers border crossings.
Hello?
Yeah.
How many people do you think came in illegally?
I asked you to give me a source, please, of where the 6 million came in.
Just give me 1 second. Let me just get...
You'll be looking at till next year.
I know.
Now, so we are all aware, because that number may be close to accurate in one thing, but not that we're allowed in. So do you know how many people were granted the claim of
Asylum.
in 4 years? Hello.
So, hello?
Yeah.
According to Wikipedia from 2021.
No. Hold on. Wikipedia. Well, hold on. Oh, Wikipedia is not a.
That's actually correct.
But Wikipedia is not a verified source, though. I just want to say that.
That number is actually correct.
All right, you can go ahead and say every single.
Yeah, that number is actually correct. Encounters at the border is correct.
Encounters.
how many of those people were allowed to come into the country with asylum claims?
Why don't you just go to Customs and Border Patrol? We can't hear you when you're off app.
We're not gonna go through a bunch of numbers. Your number that you're using is actually fairly correct, but there's something you're not saying with that number. Now, with those 6 million, how many of those people were actually granted an asylum claim?
Not sure.
2.8 million. Now, of that, now, what happened to the rest of that 6 million?
Deported.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we've got the 2.8 million that have come through, been granted an asylum claim, and what happens? What happens?
Well, I feel like, where are you getting these numbers? Where are you getting the numbers that you thought they were?
Department of Homeland Security.
Okay. Now, of those 2.8 million, what is the process from there? Do you know?
Nope.
The process from there is they get put into the court system.
They're documented.
And they're actually still undocumented because their papers are from another country.
That's true.
U.S. documents.
But we know where they are.
But we do know where they are. So of those 2.8, they'll go through the process. Now, right now, this is the biggest problem that everybody on both sides has with the immigration system, is that it takes too long. Okay, because of those 2.8 million, what will actually happen is only about 8 to 12% of them, once they get through the court system, will only be allowed to stay.
Correct.
Okay, the rest of those will be deported. That has been the process in this country since 1984.
Okay, so can I tell you another thing? So another thing that I look at is I feel like Trump's very much targeted by the media, different to other presidents.
Yeah, because he won't stop committing crimes.
What did Jim Carrey say in the movie?
What did he say?
Quit breaking
The law.
Stupid.
Yep.
All right. So when you look at it, right? You see Trump's this big, mean, racist guy deporting all these people and putting all these people out of the process.
There's several things with what you're trying to say, and the forward point that you're trying to put, which is basically he's being attacked by the media and everybody else, which is not true. He has put himself
Correct.
in his situation, because the fact is if you keep breaking the law, if you keep trying to subvert the Constitution,
Correct.
you're going to get challenged.
Where's it in that?
Sir, what's the very first part here? You know what? We'll go down this road.
Here, I was going to say, I got the Constitution right here.
Yeah. What's the very first part of the First Amendment called?
Freedom of speech?
No.
Nope. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the
Okay, and that has a name. What is it called?
freedom of religion, freedom of speech.
No. What is the very first part of the First Amendment called? It actually has a name.
If you don't know, just say you don't know. It's cool. We're here helping you. We're teaching you as you go.
Go ahead.
It is referred to as the Establishment Clause. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I learned about this. Forgot about that.
Okay. The Establishment Clause was created because government shall create no religious-based anything in government. Correct?
Yeah.
He has put a faith-based office in the executive branch. So he's already broke the Establishment Clause.
The second one.
Okay. Now, what's the second part?
Prohibiting the free exercise. Okay, that's religion. Or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. Okay, speech. Yep, of speech. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's your freedom of speech. Now I'm going to ask you a question. What does your freedom of speech protect you from?
No one can take away your rights to say whatever. I can say whatever I want now.
No, that's
tomorrow.
wrong. That is incorrect.
I can say whatever I want. That is
No.
incorrect.
No.
That is incorrect.
I can say whatever. So I can't say whatever I want.
Sir, that is
No.
incorrect.
If it's not clear present danger, I can say whatever I
If you'll
want.
let me
No, he'll explain it to you if you'll just stop talking, because you apparently don't know.
The freedom
I
of
know the
speech.
bill. I know.
No, sir, listen. The freedom of speech only protects you from one thing. That's the government. Your speech and what you choose to say, yes, you can say because it protects you from the government. But it does not protect you from any other consequences. Work doesn't protect you there. It doesn't protect
That's
you
from a
on
social
air.
aspect. You're looking at a
Yeah,
legal
it doesn't
aspect.
serve.
From a legal aspect of the law, that's
I'm not talking about your feelings about it. This is the law.
you're looking at social aspect. Social aspect in private companies can fire you if you say something.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The only thing freedom of speech truly protects you from, is the government. So when those protesters talked about the conflict over in the East, they have that right to do that. When the president decided to send somebody to deport one of them and arrest another, their freedom of speech was actually broken. That's the second part of the First Amendment, and he's already broken that. Okay. What's the third part?
The free press.
Sir, what did he do with the AP News, ABC, and PBS, and the BBC? Somebody needs to...
My bad. It keeps muting me or something. It keeps muting me.
Well, you try to talk over people, and that's going to get you back and forth conversations, okay?
Free press.
So, the free press. What did he do with the AP, the
PBS,
ABC,
CBS News,
and the BBC?
What did he do? Enlighten me.
He threatened to sue them because they wrote stories that talked negatively against him.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That is
also I don't agree with
freedom of the
everything.
press.
I don't agree with every single thing.
Okay, you asked. No, hold on. Hold on. You asked how he broke the Constitution, so we're going through them so that you understand what we're talking about. That the media is not after him. The Democrats aren't after him. He is doing it himself. So that's why we're going through one by one to demonstrate to you how he's breaking the law and why he keeps himself in trouble. It's because you asked how he's broke the Constitution, so we're telling you. The last one of the First Amendment is the right of the people to peaceably assemble.
And we're seeing that right now.
In LA, people peacefully protesting. He brings in the military when they're peacefully protesting. ICE is the one who started the violence. It was not the protesters. And they agitated and provoked the crowd. And some people in the crowd responded, but it's been mostly peaceful until he sent his Gestapo in there to do that.
I mean, that's going after the freedom of assembly. And then he yesterday.
Oh, hold on. I was gonna say I'm gonna put on the background. Hold on, what he said yesterday.
Yesterday, this is a good idea.
School if I say something.
Hold on, we'll let you read this first.
I want you to read this first because this was he said this yesterday, that if anyone dares to protest his $45 million birthday military parade this Saturday, they will be met with, quote unquote, very heavy force.
Where is this source?
He said it on television. He said it live on TV. All you gotta do is Google it.
You show me where.
No.
Google that. I don't see where he said that.
He said that yesterday.
Oh my fucking God. They know everything that Biden did or what happened with this and what happened with that, but they never know what Trump does. He did it live on TV. But I'll try to find it. Go ahead, Val.
And not only there's two lies in that. Can you tell me what the first lie is in that speech in that right there?
Who, me?
Yeah. Can you tell me what the first lie in that sentence is?
What do you mean? I feel like I'm just answering you guys' questions right now. It's not really the debate.
First off, it's not 45 million. It's 90.
It's 90 million.
Okay, that's the first lie. And sir, remember about peacefully assembling?
Yeah.
What's that say about protest?
I'll put it on the screen on my backup real quick. Just I want you to see it because I do on my live. I do nothing but truth and stuff that's already been vetted, investigated. You name it, we can prove it. If you don't want to look it up, I will show you. I started, just so you know, background while I'm turning this on. I started my live in May of last year to combat all the misinformation and disinformation that's just constantly going around. So everything that I say or Val says, we've heavily already researched, and it's factual, because there's so much of misinformation and disinformation. All right, here we go. I'll start it back over here. God, he's super fucking bloviated.
Okay, and I want to stop it right there. So right there.
Yeah.
You understand how that's against the First Amendment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's sitting there, I don't know of any protests. Sir, there's a national movement called No King's
No
Day.
King's Day. It's been for months.
Can I say something though? Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So what do you guys think about, there's the Obama administration?
No, we're not pivoting. No, we're staying right here. I said no. I know Trump supporters don't like consent, but I said no. This is my live. We're not pivoting off of this topic that is happening right now. Not fucking Obama when you were probably 5.
All right. Trump's only deported 1.1 million.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about this right now. You asked us about how he's violating the Constitution. I know this is making your brain go pow, okay? Because we are showing you in real time how he's violating the Constitution. I know it probably hurts, okay? I get it. But we're telling you with proof. And we played it to you. And your response is to go to Obama. And you're not going to do it.
And most of Obama's deportations, so you know, because I want to answer this once for you.
Or expedited,
Most of his deportations were for people that overstayed their visas and for people that were coming across the border without documentation. And he took care of all of that. Now, hold on, sir. I'm not saying
legal too.
more people. There's more
Like Melania Trump and Elon Musk. Yeah, we agree.
There's more immigrants in this country that have overstayed their visa than crossed the southern border. Did you not know that?
I still don't want you pivoting off of this military parade where he says that they're going to be met with heavy force.
Now he's right now. Now, sir, now here comes the hard question. Can you tell me any part of the First Amendment, the amendment that was put in our Constitution as the first one, because it's our most important set of rights by the founding fathers?
Yeah.
Can you tell me which part of the First Amendment he hasn't broke?
So in the First Amendment, what do you have? You have the.
We just went through them all. The last few were.
Things, I mean, it's like.
That's not pinpointing things, sir. That is every part of the First Amendment that he's broke.
The only part I didn't read was and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That's the end. It says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That's the whole First Amendment.
Yeah. Not a single part he hasn't broken. Okay, so that's the First Amendment.
The Second Amendment too.
The Second Amendment too, two things.
The well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of the free state. He usurped the.
Why am I looking at threats in the comments, bro? I'm getting threats in there. Like, I don't care, but I'm just saying.
Don't read the comments.
Liberal Party. I'm just saying. Speaks volume on the party.
No, you're just getting dog walked and your ass handed to you, and you're crying.
I mean, I'm really letting you speak on every other thing, but like, all right, if you want to talk, like, I don't. It's not like I'm just sitting here.
I haven't seen a single threat.
I haven't seen a single threat to you, sir.
I'm reading one right. Debbie P. Waste of life. Like, bro, I'm reading them right now.
Man, dude, you need to grow up.
Tougher skin, buddy. Tougher skin.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's like, yo.
If somebody came up
That
to you,
speaks a lot of volume on the local party.
no, but that's not a threat. They're just saying how they feel about you. That's not a threat.
Oh, he's emotional.
Oh, he's real
I'm
emotional.
not emotional. I'll whoop your ass. I'm just saying.
There you go. That's a threat.
And who's threatening now? That says a lot about your character, doesn't it? That says a lot about your character, doesn't it? And your party. Your party is the party of violence, my friend. It's not us. We didn't go to the Capitol, beat police officers, and smear our shit all over the Capitol.
Aren't you guys like destroying the state of California?
No.
Yeah.
Do you know it's contained to 2 square blocks out of 5,000 square square feet of Los Angeles County?
Square miles.
Square miles, sorry.
That's not the case.
They're like, huh? Bruh, every other freaking street.
Tell me, sir. Hold on, sir. Here's another one for you. Who set the first fire?
Oh, he's gone.
Picked the wrong one.
Pick the one, bruh. We ain't playing Fortnite, bruh. Bruh. That's what my 11-year-old says when he's playing. That's what my 11-year-old says when he's playing Fortnite with his friends. Come on, bruh. Grow up, man. I still think, I mean, for the betterment of the other 700 and something people here, they got a walking through the First Amendment on how he's violated every single one of them. So it was still a successful conversation. Is that a man with a bun?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. If you want me to be a man with a bun, sure. If that's what you need me to be, sure. I've birthed 4 children, but sure. Whatever. Sure.
And they say we don't know what a woman is.
That part. Oh, no.
You know, we're talking about the same group of people that call Michelle Obama a man.
Exactly.
After birthing 2 kids.
Right.
Just confused.
And you know, I was thinking of the Second Amendment in a different way, Val, because he's broken this. Not only did he break the Second Amendment in his first term as president by doing the executive order on the bump stock ban, which was overturned, but if you think about it, a well-regulated militia is, back in the day, what was now called the National Guard, right? Because they didn't have a military. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state.
Correct.
So he has usurped the power of the state of California by taking over their guard.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, that's there's another I hate that word. It drives me nuts every time. But there's actually a part in the Constitution about turning the military against its people.
Yes.
And that's, you know what I'm saying, and that's the part that he's actually breaking. But the part of the Second Amendment that he's breaking the most, and the part that I think the federal government, and I'm going to say this across the board, I'm not going to reduce this to just Republicans. There's been some Democrats that do this too. Unless the Second Amendment is changed or a new amendment is created, that issue is truly a state right. It doesn't belong to the federal government. It is actually a state right.
So,
Because it is up to the states to arm their militia.
correct. So now
And
he's broken that as of just this week or last few days.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what he's doing at National Guard's a different thing. I don't know that I tie that to the Second Amendment. I guess you could, but I think that might be kind of a stretch.
Oh, I thought it went up, but I mean that's me. That's
I get where you're going.
yeah. But there's so many more that we don't really have to go with that one because you got the 4th, the 5th. We got many more.
5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and the 10th right now. Again, remember this what he's doing in LA also goes against the 10th because he's going against state rights.
Correct. They love state rights for abortion and controlling women, but yeah, 10th Amendment, the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively and to the people.
Oh yeah, the seat's already been put together by Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, it's being heard tomorrow. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and so everybody knows this. This type of case has been fought many times before throughout our history. The 1952 law that he's trying to use right now, and the government has lost that case. The federal government has lost that case every time it has come forward.
Yep.
Every time.
Indeed. If you voted for Donald Trump and you stand by your decision, request up. If you voted for Donald Trump and you regret your decision. If you didn't vote for Donald Trump and you voted for Kamala or Jill Stein or Chase Oliver or anything, you can also request up. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern. Anyone can come up. Even if you didn't vote, because I usually don't platform you, but I did say at 6, anybody can come up. Jose, you are not connecting. Jose Abe? Josue Abe? I don't know if I'm saying it wrong. I apologize if I just completely butchered your name.
I had the black screen syndrome. So.
It was spinning on my end, but nothing was happening.
Since we're playing, and I'm playing in a new league tonight, we're leaving a little bit early. Let's see who this is.
Mike over on YouTube. LA's police chief said he wouldn't have officers assist with the protest. That's why he brought in the National Guard. That's not true.
That's not true. That's a lie.
That's just a lie, Mike. Everything you say, Mike, and every day is a lie. You are the most uninformed person ever. They were literally out there. They had plenty. They said the exact opposite. They had plenty of officers. They have like 17,000 LAPD officers, and they had it under control.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. He also said that he would not let any protester hurt or anybody go after a law enforcement
an ICE agent or any officer. Yep. He said that they have they've arrested over 220 people already. So he's holding the people accountable. He said they're also reviewing the footage so they can bring more charges for the people that actually did the destruction or the illegal activity. They didn't need the U.S. Army there, and they didn't need the Marines there.
That is correct. And then he actually said something else that's really important. One of the things that he did and that he was upset about with the federal government is they did not inform here.
They didn't coordinate, correct.
They didn't coordinate with the city that they were going to do, which is why there was a delay getting officers there because there was no coordination. And so everybody knows the federal government in this kind of situation has
to coordinate
with local law enforcement.
Correct. It's not a choice. It's not if they want to or they don't. They have to coordinate because they have to know they're there and what they're going to be doing. And that's even in natural disasters, they have to coordinate with local law enforcement. So, of course they did. Brainworm, how are you?
Hi, Davina Valentino.
Oh, no.
If you didn't know, tonight I'm going to see Les Miserables at the Kennedy Space Center. I'm going to be very upset if I don't see the Fiddler
minutes after you see the minutes. Just tell me how you feel about. Just tell me how you feel about men and women's clothes after that. Please.
I will be sleeping and testing my way through just as the boats move. I will be playing Candy Crush and Angry Birds.
Oh, I doubt you're good at hitting your target.
Isn't Trump going to see Les Mis? Do you think at the end he's going to be like, was that about us?
Savannah, I'm going to see Les Miserables.
I got news for you though. There's no fiddle player there. That's another show.
That's a different thing.
That's a different.
What about the little king that comes out and sings? You'll be back. Just like this.
This makes perfect sense.
Just like the Super Bowl, I'll be there for 5 minutes and it will cost everybody $30 million.
So you never make it to the finish line. Is that what I'm hearing?
I never have. I've asked Stormy Daniels.
Oh my God, I can't.
The worst 2 minutes of her life.
Oh my God, I love you.
Well, that's the most honest thing you've ever said. I don't even know how to act.
Right? I'm like, oh.
Did you ever see her on Jimmy Kimmel where he produces a bunch of little mushrooms?
Mm-hmm.
Weren't you trying to sue him for too much of an accurate representation?
I'm suing everybody at this point. I'm suing everybody. I don't even dare. I'm the one who's about the night in the DOJ. I mean,
Oh my lord!
Oh my God, Opie.
Oh, is Hexef in the room with you?
I'm doing the little hand motions too because it helps with the rhythm. It's like I'm playing a little accordion all by myself. Is Hexef here? No, he's passed out on the floor.
Oh, so he is there.
He's there. He's here in spirit.
Spirits, you mean?
What about JD? Can you find is JD in there right now, or is he?
Oh, JD's MIA, man.
No, he's just under the couch, I'm guessing.
No, he's tied up in the pullout. Couldn't pull out of.
Well, I figured he was a power bottom, so that would make sense.
He's all folded up in that thing. Hey, JD, get out of the couch. Like, hey, sir. So we just let him be.
Oh Lord.
Oh my gosh, I'm.
Great show today, guys. I feel like that one guy who got the it was so funny when you guys started like dissembling how he's broken just the First Amendment of the Constitution, and then he just wants to pivot and go, okay, let's talk about
Obama.
Yeah, we talk about Obama, who hasn't been president. I don't know.
This kid was 20. He had to have been like fucking 5 when Obama was president.
He was still inside his dad.
I'm like, dude, come on, man.
Are you saying he hadn't even made it to the part yet where he went to a party with his dad and left with his mom? He hadn't even made it that part.
He was almost a sock. Probably would have been better spent inside of him. Just saying.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he'd have taken that as a threat too.
He's like, I don't like you. He's like, I've been threatened. I'm like, what do you want? You obviously weren't on this live a few days ago.
And then 2 seconds later, he's like, I'll kick your ass. I'm like, well, that was a threat.
There you go.
Oh Oh my God! If they were hypocrites, they would have absolutely nothing.
That's what Red Bull and protein powder does.
He was probably like $1.15. I'll cook her out.
Soaking wet. I'm 215 and 6'7".
Okay, Trump. Oh my God.
Our hope for holding him accountable right now lies in divorce.
That's
That's
it.
the reality.
Yeah.
That's the reality of the situation.
Congress has completely abdicated any type of responsibility. Mike Johnson is useless, feckless, spineless.
Now there is another way, but it comes with a lot of pain.
It'll be tough with the whole, they said presidential immunity thing, right? Though.
Well, I don't know that holds up. You know what I'm saying? That's. But now Congress holds him accountable. That's a different story. That means nothing.
Right.
So the whole thing. The whole thing is this though. Has he? This is one of the things that I think is a possibility. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to come a point in time. If these protests get larger and larger and the economy continues to fail, and as these protests get larger and larger, the economy is going to fail. This is what I mean by the pain. You understand what I'm saying? And as more and more people get laid off, more and more people start joining these protests, and as it goes up and the economy starts to drop, now you've put Republicans in Congress in a really bad place.
Correct.
And because they know at that point, if that's what happens before the midterms, we all talk about it, right? It's the economy, stupid, right?
Right.
I don't agree with it, but there's a reality to the phrase. And if the economy keeps dropping and we keep losing ground and people keep losing their jobs and this keeps growing the way it is, there's going to come a point in time that the Congress itself is going to be put in a position of it's either my job or him.
Yep.
And at that very moment, Congress, his Republican Congress, could turn on him. And if everybody remembers, that is very similar to what happened to Nixon.
Correct.
Yep. The same thing for 2.5 years. They stayed with him, let him get away with all this crap.
Yep.
But and as people were getting more and more upset about the Vietnam issue, about the different things that were going on, Watergate was the end of it. Watergate was the turning point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Diablo, you can drop me. I have to go check under my seat for John Wilkes Booth.
All right. Thank you, Opie. I'll see you later. He's so funny. Oh my God. Is it Jose or Joe? I don't.
Joe. Hey, Diava. Hey, Val.
How's it going?
Good. I listen to you guys all the time. I love you guys. Thank God for people like you guys that are on here just spreading the good word and, and trying to get the truth out there. I don't know how you guys do it. I would lose my marbles if I was up here more than 2 hours with these mornings.
I do sometimes.
I know. I hear you sometimes. I'm mad for you sometimes. Because, like the guy you just were talking to right before the guy who dropped, the guy that was saying, I'll kick your ass, that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that was complaining about being threatened and then actually made a threat, that guy.
Yeah. I'm in LA right now, and he's saying, LA this, LA that. I'm like, that's why I was pressing up. I'm like, dude, I'm in LA. I'm downtown right now. I'm downtown. There's, you're full of shit. You don't even know what you're talking about. These people are just so full of shit.
Yeah. They don't realize it's contained to 2 or 3 blocks. It's not the whole fucking city.
Right. I'm right now. I'm literally in downtown Los Angeles, and it's quiet, blue sky, sunny. It's beautiful. There's nothing here. I'm like, when I talk to people, because I'm from Philly, but when I talk to people from back home, they're like, "Is LA on fire?" I'm like, "No, everything's fine." Because they see it on the news, they think the whole LA is like, we're all wearing riot gear and have batons and stuff.
But well, in their defense, show they're not used to seeing 8-lane highways and stuff. So
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean that guy. I just wanted to get on there while he was like, right in the thick of it, and just tell him like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's obvious that he watches Fox News, because on Fox News, every segment that they have about LA, they show the cars flaming. That's been over for days. But every single story, they have the burning car, the one that's just burning, on every backdrop, on every time they talk about LA. So all these Trump supporters think that LA is on fucking fire.
And we know that two of those cars were set up by law enforcement.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I was going to say to you guys, because you guys are so up on this and you're both so knowledgeable. I try to be, I try to, keep up with everything that's going on, but like
it's hard to. There's a lot going on.
Because you look at the algorithm and you have to feel. Yeah, I know it changes every 3 seconds. I know. What do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think Trump's going to make it to the end of his term? What do you think? What do you really think is going to happen?
I don't
give me some insights on what you guys think.
I don't see really any way that he does, right? So
no.
I'll explain. One, at the rate, if the rate he's going, we will win midterms. We'll win midterms in such a way that it puts him out, right? So there's that. Okay, or at the very least, if he does survive, it's because when we win midterms, we'll just completely subvert everything he does. And, you know what I'm saying? Spend the 2 years letting him stay.
Yeah, we'll reverse it because everything was executive order anyway.
Right, exactly. We'll just kill it. So those are, you know what I'm saying? Those are the two outcomes that way. But I think more likely what's going to happen is before midterms has these Republican senators and these Republican House members realize they have no way of winning their seats back.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to turn.
Yep. Because they don't want to lose their power, they don't want to lose their money, and they don't want to lose their seat.
Absolutely.
I personally don't think he'll make it to the end of this year. That's me personally.
You know what? I feel that way too. Like, in the pit of my stomach, my intuition has been telling me this can't go on much longer. There's got to be a resistance point. There's got to be a line in the sand, even for, like I'll tell you, like, my sister and me, we're not speaking anymore. She's a Trump supporter.
My whole family is. Yep.
She was, but she's not now. And the thing that really got me so upset was that she didn't want to support Trump anymore because my brother-in-law works. Well, he's a Marine. He was a Marine. He builds websites for the Pentagon, and now he works for Microsoft. And my sister and my brother-in-law were very worried about my brother-in-law losing his job because of like some of the policies that Trump was putting in place. So that's why they stopped supporting him. And and my mom, of course, who I love, and she's always trying to be the peacemaker. She's always the one in the middle trying to, she doesn't want to see me and my sister fighting like that because my mom's liberal and she's on my side about all this, but she just wants to keep love and peace in the family. And I understand that. As a mom, I'm sure that's what she.
That's kind of our job, yeah.
If that was your kids, you'd feel the same way. If one was a Trump supporter and the other one wasn't, you still want them to. But I was so upset at the, when Kamala lost, and all the vitriol that I was feeling from even old friends I grew up with to family members, and I made because I was tired of the fighting. I was tired of every day looking at the vitriol and hatred I saw on Facebook and social media, I just made an announcement on my page, my Facebook page. I am going to unfriend everyone who's a Trump supporter, and I did. I got rid of including my family members.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I got rid of them.
but there is something we don't talk about enough, and I don't know if people have been keeping up with this story out of New York. You know what I'm saying? We've kind of stopped talking about it since the you know what I'm saying, since the protests started happening, right?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, the more and more that comes out of this story that I read, the stranger this election gets.
Oh yeah.
And if people haven't been keeping up, I suggest you go read it.
Are you talking about the election itself and
Just-
this lawsuit in New York?
It's Rockland County.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rockland County. And the more
I
and
heard about
more that comes out, and the more and more that was done to the voting machines, not just there, nationwide.
Yeah.
Okay, that was done to the voting machines. You know, things like have been proven already, where they sent an update to these machines just before the election
Right.
with no reason. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you know, and all the different things that are coming out, different ballots across the nation that people are showing that didn't even give you a choice of Harris. Wasn't even there.
Yeah. I heard about that. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was reading about it.
Yeah, and it's just more and more coming out about this story. You know what I'm saying? That's all based on this Rockland thing.
Yep.
Well, didn't you guys feel like, wait, he won every swing state?
Oh, I thought
But
from
he
the
won
very
nothing?
the very day, and I've been saying it ever since. Of course, I have to be careful. You have to be careful what you say and how you
Just
say
really
it.
Careful. I'm just really telling you
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
been showing that's coming forward on this case that they've released. They haven't released all the evidence by any means, but I'm just
Yeah.
telling you what has been released and been found out about the evidence that's about to be put forth in this case. And that's why people are watching this case, because not that it changes anything. I want people to understand this. It doesn't change a thing. Okay, because it's after and Congress has already certified the election. Okay, so it doesn't change a thing. You can't just go back and go, no, this was wrong. But we could put a lot of people in prison.
Yes.
Okay, and this is the kind of thing. And then the other last thing I'm going to say before I have to drop and get ready to go do
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
The last thing I'm going to say real quick is this, guys. Please quit. Y'all have never heard me say this. I've been on a lot of lives where people haven't said this. Quit going, I don't think we're going to have 2026 or 2026 midterm elections. Quit it. We have to fight and protect our rights as voters.
Absolutely.
Okay? And if we don't have 2026 elections, that's on us. Remember I said that. That is on us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We must keep the pressure on the senators. We must keep the pressure on everything else. And we must believe in the system that has put together and that it will self-correct.
I believe in that. I do. I think we have a lot of good people in this country that believe in the rule of law, and I really do. I think most people, especially where I live in LA, there's a lot of liberals here, a lot of free thinkers, and people that are very, very caring. I'm surrounded by people with so much love in their heart. I really mean that.
Yeah.
That
I think there's more good than bad, because if you look at the people that have,
yes.
if you support the people that supported Donald Trump, that voted for them, it comes out to being like 26% of the population, or of the voting population, whatever, that voted for Donald Trump. It's really a small minority. They're just really fucking loud.
Yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to. And
All right, guys, I'm going to drop on that.
Bye, Val. Thank you.
You're awesome, bro. Thank you so much. I listened to you this morning on Zeus's live today. It was great.
And if I could just say one more thing real quick. I feel like there's more good than bad people. And I think more and more
Yeah.
people are waking up when they see what he's doing right now is way overreach. And I've been saying since he took office, he's going to go too far. And he's going to continually lose support. And he already has. Since this stuff in LA happened, they're like, we have had somebody just yesterday who's like, bringing in the military, that's it. Like, we don't do that here, you know? So a lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are like, oh shit, this is way too far. And even people that are like, hey, I voted for him because he said he was just going to pick up criminals and get the criminals out, because he focused real heavily on the criminals, not children, not grandmas.
Yeah.
You know, all of those things. That, you know, I just got a violation for civic and election integrity. We can't talk about that.
Oh, okay.
The machines and stuff. That's why I always say, keep an eye on Rockland County, New York, regarding the November contest.
Right.
And if you want to know more about it and you're in Diava's Discord, the article is in there.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I use the word context. I don't talk about machines or anything like that because the algorithm hasn't caught up with the story yet. You know what I mean? So it's still coming across as being misinformation.
They
So
think you're talking like you think you're like
being conspiratorial and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just warning. So for anybody else anybody else that wants to come up and talk, I don't particularly want to talk about that. Only because we already know what it is. Just go to Rockland County. Just Google Rockland County, New York case, and you can read the case. You can read the court filing, everything, so you can see what's in it.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Oh, did you want to say one more thing? Because I got a bunch of people waiting.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, honey. Let me. You can jump me.
Are you sure? I don't mind if you say one more thing.
Well, no, I just wanted to say, for one thing, from just personal anecdotal experience, I just wanted to say, demonizing people from other countries, it's just appalling to me. I live, like I said, I live in Los Angeles, and my next door neighbors are from Mexico, and I don't know what I would do without my next door neighbors. They are my best friends. I love my next door neighbors. Like, they are the sweetest people. They're the hardest working folks. Every time they have any kind of engagement at their house, they always invite me and my wife and my mother-in-law who lives with us. Like, we always go over, like, when their kids graduated school, they invite us over. They have big parties.
They can party. Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the one thing I miss.
Like,
That's the one thing I miss about my ex-husband. My ex-husband was Mexican. My 2 adult kids are half Mexican, and everything is celebrated. Everything is a party, and it was so family oriented, and they're so loving and generous and kind. I loved it.
That's how I feel. And like even when we just come home, like I'll come home, and they'll be cooking in that, like they'll cooking out, like grilling.
Mm-hmm.
They'll bring me a plate full of steak and chicken.
Always.
Hey Joe, come here. Like, hey, we made this for you.
Yep.
Like, like no one has to do that for you. That's just them being them.
Agree.
When I hear people, it really does.
Well, thank you, Joe.
I'm so over it. I'm so over it.
Me too.
People,
I agree. But thank you so much for coming up.
I love your show, honey. I love listening to you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a follow here. Here we go. All right.
Thank you, Diava.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
Right, honey, you have a great night. I'm going to be listening.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, Matria.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I came up here for a couple of reasons. First of all, I wanted to let Joe know, because his mom might not be aware of this, but most Trump supporters believe in after-birth abortions. So if his sister gets too far out of line, he can just let his mom know about that, and maybe she can take care of it. Also, I did not know that Trump was thinking about going to theater. He's not welcome on Broadway.
right?
I don't know why he wants to go. Also, does he know that Les Mis has poor people in it?
Oh, he's not gonna like that. I gotta run to the restroom, Mitri. Could you just do when you're done talking? Could you just do a quick commercial because I gotta pee really quick?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, hello everybody. Thank you for sticking around to the end. There's over 490 people in here. Please make sure you are hitting the screen and sharing out the live for Diava. If you have not already done your daily heart me's, for those of you that have them available, please do those. And after you do your heartbeat for Diava, go in and collect your points and make sure that you're moving up the ranks on the team for her. Any of you that are available to continue to donate or do a little bit more, you can help contribute to her gifting goal of the Rainbow Mini Stars, or you can even subscribe to her channel. All of these do help her with the algorithm and to keep getting her up onto the FYP and keep people coming through here. Even the Trump supporters, we don't always care, but it's okay. Eventually, some of them are going to come around. So thank you guys for that. And then also, if you'd like to contribute even more directly, Diavatalks at Venmo or Cash App, you can help contribute that way. I knew there was a $10 challenge going on earlier, but I promise you anything helps Diava. So if you would like to contribute anything to her, even $1, she loves it. I promise you she'll appreciate it. But Diava is back.
Thank you so much. Oh my God.
Real quick, she does have her merch store and her link in her bio. Make sure to go there if you want any Diava merch. But the only thing I was going to say after that was I heard there were rumors of Donald Trump wanting to go to go see Cat on a hot tin roof, but then he got told it's the only pussy he couldn't grab, so he stayed away. Just so everybody's aware. But no, seriously though, did you hear about Omaha, Nebraska?
I don't know.
They were doing raids in Omaha, Nebraska. For those of you that are unaware of this.
Oh no.
And in Omaha, Nebraska, do you know what's there? Meatpacking plants.
Oh.
And ICE arrested over 100 people from these meatpacking facilities. So if you start to see meat prices go up and stock go down, I mean, one of the plants they went after processes something like 70 million pounds of beef every year.
Oh my God.
So if you have 100 people less working on the machinery, wouldn't you think that's going to affect the product being packed?
And yes. And
so just
the
be
cleanliness.
aware that if your meat prices start to fluctuate, I would personally recommend, if you can, buy some of what you can now and save it, freeze it, all that. But I have a friend that lives in Nebraska, in Omaha, and she saw that going on locally and wanted me to tell everybody, because wouldn't you know, legacy media is not really talking about it. So
Yeah, I hadn't heard about that.
yeah, so
I was surprised they went to a red state.
Say what?
I was surprised they went to a red state. They seem to be very highly focused on blue states, to penalize them for being blue states.
Oh yeah, but they went to the only blue parts of that one red state. They're in Lincoln and Omaha, and Lincoln and Omaha, Nebraska are coming out and also protesting. So they're finding out too. I just wanted to come up here and alert everybody to that. Yes, Kathy, I think it was on AP. Maybe it was on Reuters too. But I know some people they don't go there and check as often as they should. So I just wanted to let people know to be on the lookout for things like that.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and drop me. I just wanted to come up here and tell some jokes and fill people in on that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mitria.
You're welcome.
As always, love you. Go get ready for your show. They could fix a lot of the immigration issue if they went after the employers that hire undocumented immigrants And that would take away the opportunity for them and they wouldn't come here. Instead of penalizing the people searching for better, go after the factories and the businesses that are hiring them. That's the answer. Allie, hi, welcome.
Hi. I was waiting for everyone to be done talking before I said anything.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
I don't have much to say today. Just a few warnings to the people who do intend on going to the No Kings protest. There's a lot going around about him possibly planting people to get violent, and there's rumors saying that they will get violent quick.
Yeah, well, that's what ICE was doing in LA because ICE started it. So
yeah, anyone who's planning on going to, especially the one in DC, be careful.
Yeah, for sure.
It is going to get messy because he will not let around.
I agree.
He is feeling comfortable now.
Yeah, he feels emboldened.
Also, a little bit of information for you, Diava. I have inputted, I don't let men speak over me into my vocabulary.
There you go.
I've heard you say it so many times, I've just adopted it.
Exactly. It's a good rule of thumb to live by. It's the same with walking. It's the same with walking down the sidewalk. You don't move out of men's way.
Yeah.
They just expect you to move out of their way. So I don't.
I was in a comment and they kept trying to shut me down. I was like, no, I don't let men talk over me. So someone said, hey, isn't that what Diava usually says? I'm like, yes.
Yep. I've adopted it. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right? All right. Anything?
Yeah, that's
all right. Well, thank you, Allie. Thanks for coming up. I appreciate it. Of course. You're welcome. All right. Give me 1 second to, let me see, do I have any other subscribers? All you ladies should adopt that. I don't allow men to speak over me. Don't let them, because most men think that their voices are more important than yours. MAGA might have left the room. I don't know. Anybody from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern is allowed to come up. So Trump voters, Harris voters, no voters, anybody can come up at this time. Typically they leave, but with over 440 people in here, there's probably still Trumpers in here. Michael, did you vote for Trump or Harris?
voted for Harris.
Okay. Did you want to say something or was that an accident?
Oh, no, I just wanted to tell you, I'm from Rockland County, New York.
Oh.
I kept telling my sister, I kept saying, and I moved to Savannah, Georgia, but I've been 40-something years in Rockland County, and I kept saying my sister had voted for Harris, and I know so many people that voted for Harris, and just to find out none of their votes were counted.
Yeah, well, they're challenging it, so that's good.
Yeah, so I was listening, I listen to you pretty much almost every day.
Thank you.
Just to let you know, I come from I'm a Pentecostal preacher, but I do think things more so I get a lot of my church mad because I always teach love because that's how God is.
That's how you're supposed. That's what you're supposed to do.
Not all of us. Yes, I've never judged. I don't believe in judging. I'm a father of 8. I'm 54 years old, a father of 8, and I got 6 grandkids. And I never know what any of them would be, but I love them.
That's right.
So I just wanted to tell you, thank you. The only time I ever see you get angry is when people do silly stuff.
Yep. And when they're inhumane, it's the inhumanity. It's the inhumanity that hurts my heart physically, literally.
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of people realize, especially if they're evangelicals, I don't think they realize Jesus was always choice. you had a choice.
Always.
Will. He didn't make anybody do anything.
It's called free will.
This notion that people are going to force you to do things and do it, that's not right. That's completely wrong.
I agree.
So I just wanted to tell you that. Just let you know I love you. I appreciate everything that you do. You taught me a lot.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you would drop me.
All right. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
You as well. Thank you. My apologies to the Pentecostal minister for my mouth. He said he listens to me every day. I'm like, oh, he hears some choice words, but great reminder, Michael. That's true. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how evangelical Christianity is supposed to be. AZ Mike, how are you, my love?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Hanging right in there.
Yeah. Hey, you know that what Ali was saying earlier about those protests? I saw something on that too, where they're saying that they're planning, those Boogaloo boys and all those other guys.
Of course.
They're planning to infiltrate all the protests and try to start right, just like they're doing in LA, basically. Yep. But they were advising the protesters to do if they encounter that is just to sit down, so that they'll be the only ones standing, and then the cameras will show that they're the ones inciting the violence.
Exactly.
So then that's actually pretty sound advice, but I'm not sure if that could get them hurt more or not. But oh gosh, I'm just worried about them. But
oh yeah, the Proud Boys, Bugly Boy, they're all going to go out there because they're and you know it's going to be some of these right wing people.
Oh yeah.
That are going to go out there and try to be violent, so they can vote. Mm-hmm. They can blame it on Democrats or people protesting the president.
Yeah, and then give them more ammunition to invoke the Insurrection Act.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's going to say, look at all these cities, they're all exploding now. Now we have to do it. And it's like, I mean, that's what he wants. That's what he wants.
He's itching for it, yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. He definitely wants that. So, scary time. But
it is. Stay safe.
What's that?
I said, all we got to do is just stay safe as we can.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Definitely. Because it's like that's, yeah. And then that thing about what Mitra was mentioning about the meat, I didn't even think of that. I was like, oh, wow, that's just like a domino effect right there.
It's going to affect everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's going to affect everybody.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, but anyway, just saying hey again like usual.
Well, thank you, Mike.
All right. You take care.
It's good to see you, my friend. Stay safe, as always.
Absolutely.
All right, you have a good rest of your night. Or I know it's not nighttime for you there, but afternoon, evening.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Later.
All right, bye. Rob, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Living the dream over here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Even though it feels more like a nightmare.
Yeah, for real. I feel like every day feels like a week, and a week feels like a month, and so on and so forth. It's exhausting. So I think I heard someone already talk about it, but I actually am planning to attend the New York protests.
The New York one? Okay.
Yeah. And I actually seen someone post, and I thought it was a pretty good idea too, is especially mostly in LA, because that's where like the Marines are right now, for the time being at least, is like when it comes to like these protests, use like American flags in front of the Marines, so people actually see that they're pretty much standing against American citizens. Because the whole spiel right now with MAGA is, look, they're carrying Mexican flags and Argentinian flags, so the Marines are not hurting American citizens.
That's a good idea.
So use American flags. That's not to say don't obviously green. That's why you're trying to wave, obviously.
That's not a bad idea, though.
No, it's definitely nice. So it's actually a pretty decent idea.
Or carry both. Carry both.
Yeah, go ahead, definitely. I'm trying to think of like a good sign to bring. I want to bring a sign. So I was looking at some ideas.
No kings.
I saw one that had someone was thinking of like they have the Taco Bell logo, and then it says Taco Bell, and has a picture of Trump falling up the stairs.
I have that picture. So if you need a copy of it, email me at diavatalks@gmail.com and I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I saw that. I was laughing. I was laughing really hard. But yeah, it's really escalated. I keep telling people too. Some people point to. I keep telling people too. Like this is really him testing the longest.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And always is testing the.
Everyone should wear MAGA hats and carry. You guys should all wear MAGA hats and carry American flags at the protest.
Wait, what's going on here? Actually, not a bad idea.
That'd be funny.
I wasn't sure if it was true or not. I could definitely confirm what I've seen, but I was reading somewhere that he's also sending National Guard to Philadelphia, New York, Chicago. I forgot what the other city I saw was on there. Do you know anything about that? Like, it was just a quick scroll.
Say that again. My daughter was saying something to me. What?
It was just a quick scroll. I didn't really look into it because I was on the subway. Have you heard anything about that, or I'm not really sure?
I'm sorry to have you repeat it again, but you have bars, and so it cut out, and I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry. Okay, whichever. So I was scrolling through threads, and I seen he was sending either National Guard or more ICE agents to Philadelphia, New York, Chicago, and I think Seattle was the other one. Have you heard anything about that? Or
I have not.
It's just like okay, I'll look into it more. But I'm assuming it's because of these No Kings protests.
I'm assuming it's probably ICE because he hasn't mobilized the National Guard anywhere else that I know of. So I'm assuming it's ICE. Because he's just trying to throw his schlong around, but yeah.
Pretty much. All right, that's always love watching you. You're doing great.
Thanks, Rob.
You have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you so much. Zahir, hello, darling. How are you? I know we're getting ready for a laugh.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm about to clock in for work in about 10 minutes, but I want to show you all something.
Okay, go quick. Yeah.
Okay, so when I get out of work, I'm going to watch this video from Watch Mojo and look what it has as a thumbnail. Okay, let me just
make sure you hit save once you turn your camera on. What does the thumbnail say?
It says 10 celeb reactions to Trump and Elon's breakup. Or should I say the Elon breakup?
Elump, yeah. Oh my God.
Look at this picture though. Elon's looking okay, but Trump?
Trump's looking like he's seen better days. Ew.
I always make this face in every picture that I've taken.
I love you, Zahir.
Okay. No problem.
Well, have a good day at work.
No problem. All right.
Thank you. I don't want you to be late for work. Oh my God, he's so funny. I love him. J-Boy, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I just got to remind you that I had to change my name because I was watching your TikTok maybe 2 weeks ago, and the guy put something, and I responded directly to him. And a day after that, somebody else had a picture up. I said, I didn't put that picture there. So I had to change it to J-Boy. But one way I knew that you remember me is that I always call you Sister Twerk. You remember?
Yeah. What was your old username, though? I recognize the voice, but what was your old username?
James Will.
Oh, James. Okay, yeah.
And so, yes, they were saying that you should not go to D.C. And he said, I can't remember the congressman's name. He spoke on WMSNBC. He said, if you're carrying your country's flag, do not get close to the guards or the police. He said because Trump made that an issue. They're having foreign flags here. Well, what's to me Nazi flags? I mean, what do you call it? Yankee flags are
Confederate flags.
foreign flags to me. And they say don't go to the parade. Go to one of the 118 other protests that they're having in the United States. But stay away from the guards because
I would
Trump
too.
is trying to beat Joe Biden and Obama. That's why he wants 3,000 a day. That's a shame. You
Yeah.
got to put a number on how many people you're trying to take away.
I agree.
So
It's
I
disgusting.
just wanted to say hi, and I'm not going to do it today because you got a few minutes left.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to come back to you tomorrow and find out again how to send money to you.
Okay.
You said Venmo. Oh, maybe
Oh, it's Venmo and Cash App are both Diavatalks right here. They're both spelled the same on both. And it has my logo, so you know it's me.
Okay, I'll go to Cash App then.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
The guy that did your commercial, he's excellent. And the guy that just went down, oh man, it's just awesome. But one more thing, people, especially people that look like me, we're next.
Right?
Don't say anything about what he's doing now and play into it because we're next. We just don't know how he's gonna try to get rid of us. That's all I got to say.
All right. Well, thank you so much, J-Boy. You have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you. All right. Bye. All right. Got a couple more minutes. Got a couple more minutes. Hopes, how are you? That might have been a tapping error. Purple Ranch. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
I saw earlier you were in Florida.
Oh my God, I am sweating my ass off.
Oh, I know you are.
Oh, and it's been raining.
Oh yeah, it's raining right now.
Which makes it just even worse. Oh my God.
Oh, it makes it so muggy and ugh.
Yeah. So here I am, Jacksonville, Florida. I'm in the same time zone as you for once.
Oh my gosh. Do you ever go to the Orlando? Do you ever go to the Orlando area ever?
Rarely. I fly through a lot, but I don't stay there.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to say if you were closer, I'd take you to dinner. But
Right.
I know you're too far away.
That would be so cool, though.
I would love that. I would love to meet all of you guys, and I always try and figure out how I can do it, but it never happens.
Yeah, welcome to the swamp.
I only fly one trip a month, so I'm not really out for that much. But I caught you earlier when the guy crashed out, screaming into the phone.
Oh,
I was there for that.
Well,
I feel like I've lost something in the last hour because I had to go eat dinner, but I just wanted to tell you hi and let you know I'm in the same time zone. And
you're in the Sunshine State.
yes, exactly, which it's not really.
No, it's rained every day for the last several days.
Has it really? Well, that's a good thing, I guess. I mean, I don't know. You don't want to dry up, right?
I mean, it didn't rain for a long time. We really did need it, but it could stop now.
For sure.
Because it just makes it so muggy and hot and sticky and ugh.
Oh yeah, and you know I was born and raised in humidity, but I don't live there now, so it's kind of hard to do at 62 for sure.
Oh, definitely. I can't even handle the heat. I used to be. I mean, I could sit out at the beach all day. I could sit out at the beach all day long. I could stay outside. I could drink, dance. I could be outside all day long and be perfectly fine. I go out now, and I'm like, that's like 10 minutes. Fuck this shit. No.
No kidding.
Nope. I'm like, I can't do the heat anymore. And I guess it is maybe because of my age, but I just can't do it.
Yeah, the older I get, the worse I get. And, as far as the heat. I see Nelson popped up. I'm going to let you go ahead and talk to him for a while. Go feed your kids.
Okay.
I just wanted to say hi.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you popped up to tell me you were in the front Florida. We're about 2.5, 3 hours away.
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to get closer and I'll take you to dinner, I promise.
Especially if you ever have a layover in Orlando. Like if you have like an hour or two layover, I'll meet you at the airport. We'll have dinner or something.
Okay, that sounds awesome. I'll definitely let you know that.
Okay.
Okay, you have a wonderful
You too, honey. Thank you.
Right, bye-bye.
All right, bye. Hi, Nelson.
Hi, Diava. How are you?
How are you?
I don't know. I was just thinking about everything Donnie has done that was wrong, like federalizing California's National Guard, which he cannot do because it comes under the state.
Yeah.
And he especially cannot do unless there's a national emergency, which make them not a National Guard anymore, but U.S. Army.
U.S. Army. That's what I said earlier. We need to stop referring to them as the National Guard because it's not.
And the things about it, they're all subject to the UCMJ.
Yep.
What are they doing?
Putting themselves in danger.
Follow a local order, especially looking where this order is coming from.
Correct.
Yeah, I heard about the 7th Marines there, and I'm praying that they're there, but I'm praying they don't move an inch.
Same, I know.
I'd like the battalion commander to call them back up and let's go home. We ain't got no business doing this. Period. This is not our job.
Well, it's going to a hearing tomorrow, so hopefully a judge will make them leave. We can only hope.
We can only hope. And like I said,
but him doing it in general is the problem. Yeah.
I'm down with Rockland County.
Hell yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of things about that. About the unauthorized upgrades made to the certain things that weren't supposed to be made.
Right.
And upgrades that were made prior to the election. And none of that sounds kosher because I've never seen the president. I'm 80 years old. I've never seen a presidential election be called that fast.
Never.
Something was wrong with that picture, and I can't see how he went every swing state.
And you know I've been saying it since day one, buddy.
Morning, but it wasn't this morning.
That's right. And you know I've been saying it since election night.
I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Well, I appreciate you, Nelson. Thank you so much.
I'm always up here.
I know.
Diava, I don't know how to get to your bio. I want to get into your Discord or something, but I don't know how to do it.
You would click on the little circle in the corner. And it should bring up my bio, and then it has a link tree. Click on the link, and then it'll take you to my link tree, and then it'll take you to all my different links, and the Discord's in there.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're so welcome. If you need any help beyond that, send me a message, and I'll try to help you, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, you too, Nelson. Thank you. All right, y'all. I got to go. My kids are starving. They've come out here like 4 times. I'm sorry if anybody that wanted to come up didn't get up today. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. We're going to need each other to get through all this. This is all crazy shit we've been going through. So thank you for the likes, the taps, the loves, the gifts, everything. But more importantly, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. I messaged with Jem last night. She's fine. She's just taking a break. Love you, bestie. Mwah, love you, Niecy Rose. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be back at 4 p.m. and we'll do it all over again. Hopefully, we don't have too much to talk about, but Donald Trump seems to give us something to fucking talk about every day. So I love you guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, YouTube and Twitch. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. I'd love to support you and also be your loyal fan. You also add me on Discord. My username is AMK20. me write it down. Okay, oops. Okay. My pen has decided to crap out on me. There we go. AMK_20. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Be back at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Bye. The link trees in my Discord server should also be on my YouTube profile. And if it's not, I'll check it and fix it. See you guys tomorrow.